You better be quiet.
When he got fired.
I am going to fire you again.
Shut up, Jeff. Call a dancer in white things.
Oh my God!
Shut up, Jeff. I
Oh
hear
my
you.
God! I know.
Hey, look, if Jeff B and you're gonna shut up, frick up.
I think it's a miracle that all this goes through. That's my favorite part of this part. Of
Nobody's ever going to see
out,
this.
but no, they let everybody hear all this bullshit.
No, they can't hear this. Nobody can hear this right now.
Oh yeah, it's just us. Sure, go ahead.
Just us.
It should be. That's how they should have it.
Ooh.
All right.
Welcome.
Let's see. Willard Hall, number one.
Number one.
I got bad news for Willard, though. I found out that Billy just lets him think he wins because he feels like he's got insider knowledge. He knows when the stream goes up, so he gets like a head start. So he lets Willard be first because he feels like it would be wrong of him. So, you know.
Oh, dude, I didn't realize.
I mean, it's all good. Maybe I shouldn't have said that part out loud.
Damn it, Willard.
Hi, Regina. Debbie.
It's all right.
Willard.
Willard had a rat. His name was Ben.
A rat?
Don't you remember that movie? Willard, about the kid that had a rat.
Oh, I
And named it
do.
Ben. And Michael Jackson made a song about it.
Huh.
Well, Willard the rat.
No, his name was Willard was the owner of the rat. The name was, look, people in chat will back me up on this. The name of the song, it was a Michael Jackson song called Ben, you were my rat. I loved you then.
There was a song called Ben. Did he really sing to a rat, though?
See,
The
was
Ben
that
part's
song?
true, I think.
Ben was about a rat. I didn't know that.
Ben was the rat. God damn it. Now I'm going to get kicked out.
No, you're not.
About time.
Ben, you were a rat, but you were my friend.
Cola, I don't know if you know this, but they don't even allow him in his local Applebee's
I
anymore.
can't even go to Walgreens, man. They kicked me out.
You know he can't go to
Did
the
this happen
vet.
recently or it's old, Yorga? Is that old news or
What, Ben?
you getting not allowed in all those places?
All those
I
places.
know about the vet.
Ben was about being the rat.
They kicked me out of 7-Eleven, man. What
Oh
the
my
hell?
Dang, Yorga.
I know.
You gotta go to Wawa's.
Maybe if it's because you weren't such an asshole, people wouldn't have to kick you out.
I love it when Jeff B.
We have here, we have Wawa and Sheets. And Sheets looks like Wawa. And I go into Sheets and I go, this is my favorite Wawa. And they're like, it's not a Wawa, Yorga. And I'm like,
Go.
what?
Oh, it's Sheets.
Go. Wild Dragons.
Oh, hey, Wild Dragon. I love when Jeff B gives Yorga a big stern talking to.
I like that too.
Nice.
So I hate it. We're all lighthearted, but I know everybody heard about what happened today. It was a terrible, tragic thing. And then I didn't realize how young the guy was. 31 years old is just crazy.
Yep.
So,
Young family.
Jeff, I know what you said to us. I don't know if that is like verified or that's intel or what.
What?
About what you said about what Trump is going to do and what he said. I don't know.
Oh no, it's done.
Okay, so it's been reported somewhere is what I'm asking. I
Oh,
just
yeah.
want to be clear. I don't want to say
Oh no. It's after. So he gave a speech from the Oval Office, and after the speech that he gave, he called all the heads of law enforcement to the Oval and told, DOJ, Treasury, Secret Service, Homeland, uh, use whatever resources you have to find out who did it. Now, there's a couple programs out there that NSA has, and I'm sure they are far more advanced than when we used them in the late 90s. But I'm sure they're dumping people's text messages, phone calls, voicemails. I mean, there's going to be, at first when they pulled I'm sure you guys seen the white guy, the older white guy that they had in custody, and everybody thought he was the shooter. But I think they've since kicked him loose. But and then he held a couple people back, and one of them was my buddy, and basically he let me get.
Uh-oh, you kind of cut out there, Jeff.
Wait, he's getting something.
Intel.
Wait, what's he getting? But Ben was the rat.
Chessboard.
From what I saw from chat.
Yeah, I
Ben
saw
was the rat.
that. I don't know. And I'll look at that chessboard as soon as I get a chance here in a minute. I'm still
Oh,
just trying
yeah.
to
So
miss so many people to say hi to. Go ahead, Jeff.
yeah. So basically, he told DOJ that death penalty's on, and no pardons, nothing. And well, Utah is a death penalty state, but he wants him to look. I don't care if it's he was a conservative voice, but even if it was Rachel Maddow, I'd still have the same feelings, because now what you're doing is you're trying to screw over somebody's freedom of speech because you disagree with it, and that's why myself and a whole shitload of other people served their country and got fucked up. So even though I don't like your speech, I still want you to have that ability, because one day it may be me on the other end, or you.
I know. Did you ever chop down a cherry tree? I did it one time.
Well, and you know what people think first your mind goes to, what did he talk about? Well, all right, so is this an attack on a Christian? Is this an attack on your mind
feel
goes
like
to, was it a trans person? That's really where your mind goes first. But what if this was deeper? What if this was like some kind of operation?
Yes, and I would think that they would have already had it planned, no matter what he said tonight, right? Like, it was already going to happen. It wasn't like he said something and then it happened. They planned it. They knew it was going to be there.
Of course.
That's what I would think.
Oh yeah, it was right before he got started. Go ahead, Jeff.
Well, could it be just somebody that disagreed with him? Absolutely. But I think, and this is just my personal opinion, I could see two or three elements. One, naturally, the deep state, right? Because they had the fail attempt on Rudy Giuliani with the car accident.
Yeah.
This also could be Venezuela. Now, people would be like, "Well, why would?" Well, if you want
to Rivers.
Good to see you, Al. Well, what I didn't like was some of the reporting. So they said something along the lines of, "Oh, when you say awful words, awful things can happen," almost like it was his fault, and that's crazy. But the chat that I was watching, I was in Next News Network with Gary Franchini, and a lot of the people on the chat were saying, "This is war." People were pissed, and I'm like, I don't know I'm not mad at you, Yorga. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do about it. If anything, will there be something else? I mean, is that what it's about, to get people to get so mad?
Why are you mad at me?
I'm not.
Yorga, can you stay focused for 20 minutes?
Focus, Yorga. Focus.
So, could there be a Venezuela connection because they're trying to get to Trump? Because Trump's son Don Jr. and him were I not good for. I mean, I guess you could say good friends. Or could this be the cartels? Or, could it be that Charlie Kirk got some information, he was going to report it, and they took him out?
Holy crap. Wait, Sissy K says New York Times posted the, 16 hours before it happened. That happened before sometime. I don't know. I haven't verified it. That's just, but she says that. I don't know where she got that from, but what did that happen before? They said something and then they didn't, and it was just, wasn't it 9/11? Didn't they do something like that on 9/11 as well?
Totally 9/11. Building 7 had come down before it came down.
And then Miss Mendersu, y'all, she said maybe he's alive and she saw something somewhere. I don't know who said. Let me go back here. And I know that's far-fetched, but I mean, there's always everyone go watch Michael Jaco. He broke it down. Possible false flag. Charlie could be alive. Keep praying. I mean, it's probably not likely, but we don't know. How would I know? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
Look, our government is capable of doing anything.
Yeah,
that's insane, Vicky. That's what I'm saying. The news is getting me mad, and it's like they want. That's what I'm saying. Isn't that weird?
What did you hear what MSNBC said?
That's where I heard the whole awful words and awful actions thing.
Oh no. They said that, but then they had one of their newscasters say that, this was just a guy that was shooting in the air. It really does.
They may have been just celebrating. Yeah. Right. That's crazy talk.
Now,
that's the echo.
And look, I'm real skittish. For the next 48 hours, I'm going to be really skittish because tomorrow you got the anniversary of 9/11.
Not Mary, but it seems like they're trying that. Go ahead, Jeff.
No,
I'm sorry.
Well, okay, let's go down the conspiracy path. Let's say he is alive. I don't think he is.
So, how can you not believe in conspiracy?
It's my favorite path.
I believe in conspiracies. I'm just saying, yeah, let's do it. Sorry.
Well, let's say he is alive. I don't think he is. I mean, that was pretty vicious if you watch the video.
I did not watch it. I intentionally didn't watch it. I don't want to see it. It
was horrible.
Yeah, it's bad. It almost looked like the bullet went center mass and then out the left side of his neck. And you just see a complete stream of blood. It's pretty horrific.
I will not watch it.
They mentioned bulletproof vest. Like he was probably wearing a vest, but it looks like it bounced off of the vest and went to the neck. Yeah.
But if you go down the path that was this a staged event? I don't think. I think the probability of that is like 0.001%. But what I think you either have some radical, somebody who has mental illness, they didn't like what he said. I mean, you have to be a pretty good shot to take that. I mean, I seen reports that it was 300 yards. That's a stretch. To do.
I saw 200 yards, man. That's 2 football fields.
Yeah,
right.
That's a badass shot, man. If whoever did it knew what they were doing, man.
Right, and that's why I'm of the opinion it's probably a state sponsor, paramilitary, or just some wackadoodle.
So they haven't done this guy. That's right. They haven't.
Correct. There's a manhunt.
How did that happen at an event like that with people that you would? I guess maybe they didn't have anything on them because they're law abiding and didn't. Would it be legal to have your weapon on you in a place like that? Or
it depends on the university. I would venture to say no. You couldn't have a weapon on you.
Which that's what I'm saying, because you would think people would take justice in their own hands right then and there when they saw what happened. But
right.
You also feel like it's professional. People didn't even know who did it. It seems
correct. And you look at when they had the older white guy in handcuffs and they were walking him through. No one tried to do anything to the guy. Of course, a lot of people were in shock of what just happened. Uh, but I don't know. I lean more towards, some type of state sponsorship, um, to get to people that are close to Trump. And, you got the imams that issued the fatwa on Trump the moment
That's
he
true too,
came.
AJ. There's our cameras everywhere. You think we would find
Oh,
an angle, an
oh
image or something?
well. I can tell you this without getting into too much detail. They by using cell towers, by using echelon, by using uh, vehicle GPSs, they probably already have an idea who it is just by when they can triangulate. They have satellites that can do crazy shit. So
Yeah.
they probably have an idea who it is, I would guess. And, with basically Trump holding, this meeting with all federal law enforcement saying use all resources, uh,
Yeah.
they will nab him. I mean, it's just a matter of, is he out of the country yet?
Right. I'm looking at Karen here. He felt with all he's been saying about Israel and Gaza, they were out to get him. So he told his friends. I'm wondering what he told them. What, like, I went back to see, but I didn't see another comment. But maybe he did tell.
Sure. Could be
I don't
Well,
Mossad. Think about
I'm
what
sure a lot of conspiracies are going to come out of this. It's going to be hard not to.
look at what
well,
Israel just did yesterday.
yeah. Well, and I think at the end of the day, people believe that Israel is good, right? Yeah, and I'm not saying the Israeli people. I'm saying
The
the
leadership.
government. Correct.
Yeah.
But people have to remember Israel is the only ally that we have that has ever attacked one of our vessels during peacetime.
They did the Liberty,
The
right?
USS Liberty, correct. And so Israel is not, if you, I believe there was probably something with Israel behind 9/11. I definitely think Mossad and Sierra McCall was behind Epstein, because they had to make sure that the United States always kept them funded and kept their wars going.
Hmm. So Karen Reese says he felt they were going to kill him. That's why he had the armor on. Yeah, but they got him in the neck, so I guess it didn't do him any good. Maybe they knew
I
he had
did,
armor on.
yeah, I didn't know he had a vest on either. I mean,
It would
I
make
haven't,
sense, though.
of course, I haven't been looking for it, but I hadn't heard that he had anything on.
I didn't know that either.
It
That
has
was
been a lot of
mentioned,
tragedies lately. That girl on the bus and that guy, and it seems like I'm only seeing that like on social media. It's like they don't really want to talk about that, and that's
Well,
nuts.
Oh, I did see where some fund is being set up and they're paying artists to do murals of the girl who was stabbed on the bus all over the country on like buildings, like on the sides of buildings.
I saw that too, Craig, and I don't understand that. It's like, what's that going to do, man?
Hi, John Dunning. Good to see
I don't
you.
know. I guess keep awareness of it, like put it out
well,
because they definitely hide it.
well, here's my problem with that whole stabbing. I mean, if you watch that video, I mean, the ones that I've seen, there's not a whole hell of a lot of blood for her getting stabbed like she did.
Yeah, I don't know, but I hate to give y'all whiplash and go back to this, but someone sent me something. It seems to me like Charlie Kirk's almost talking from the grave on this one. Something he posted. It says assassination. It's from Camo Carl. Assassination culture is spreading on the left. 48% of liberals say it would be at least somewhat justified to M-word Elon Musk. I don't know if I can say that. Unalive Elon Musk. 55% said the same about Donald Trump. And this is Charlie Kirk's post. In California, activists are naming ballot measures after Luigi Mangione. The left is being whipped into a violent frenzy. Any setback, whether losing an election or losing a court case, justifies a maximally violent response. This is the natural outgrowth of the left-wing protest culture, tolerating violence and mayhem for years on end. The cowardice of local prosecutors and school officials have turned the left into a ticking time bomb. Isn't that nuts that it's almost like he's speaking from the damn grave. Oh, yes, chessboard. I do want, I hope I get to it before the show's over. The email, a post that was posted on X yesterday. Okay, I'll do it in just 1 second. I always get behind on the comments. What happened, Yorga? Did you quit and then come back?
Here. Can you hear me?
I hear you. Jaco said that false flag too. Everybody's talking about Jaco. I did not watch it. I don't know much. I kind of remember that name from the past, but I haven't watched him in years. I did watch Nino and 107, which I don't know why I do it, but I feel like he said something in a week. We'll see. I mean, this happened, but this isn't good.
Well, people bag on Juan pretty hard, but Wayne Willard he's connected.
Well, this race war thing, that the woman on the subway, that I could imagine that could make people, it seems like they are trying to get that going.
But I agree with you. But they said that, of course, this is. You can't confirm any of it, but she was a major activist for Black Lives Matter. So
yes, she had a poster on her wall.
Correct.
Yes.
See, and to me that just seems too convenient.
Yeah, 420. That was the crazier part.
And then the guy came out afterwards, while in jail, I guess, or whatever. Oh, Clint Torres, you're a legend. Good to see you, Clint. All right, sorry. The guy came out saying the government made me do it. That's what he was saying.
Right.
So I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll say. Sure.
Well, and when I first heard about it, one of my buddies had texted me, and he's like, "Dude, this here is total bullshit." One of the guys I know at the Marshal Service, and he's like, this doesn't even fucking add up. And he was the one that pointed out to me about the blood. He's like, where's all the blood, dude? He had to hit a carotid artery, but there's like no blood anywhere except, a little bit on her hand. I mean, if you go for the neck like that.
The video I saw, there was blood dripping all over the damn place when he was trying to walk out of the bus or whatever it was.
Was the blood on him or her?
It was just like blood drops, like some Dexter shit.
Right. But if you watch this video of Charlie Kirk, right?
I haven't seen that, and I'm not going to watch that video. But tell me about it.
If you look at the amount of blood that came out in seconds, and then you watch the video of this train attack, I mean, it's
but it's knife to bullet. You're two different.
Yeah,
two different
but
things.
if you hit a major artery, you're going to spooge no matter what.
Yeah, you're right about the spooging.
He is right about the spooging.
Y'all just wanted to say spooge.
We did, Cole. We've been waiting for the spooge.
Well, I'm surprised after what was said backstage, Yorga hasn't started having Tourette's with that word.
I don't even remember what happened backstage.
Imagine that.
Craig. Back to you, Craig.
Back to you, Cola.
So how about my favorite lawyer guy talking about what they found in the
Oh,
Bolton.
tight shirt.
Yeah. I love that people pay super chat money to tell him his shirts are too tight. He reads them and laughs about it. It's kind of funny.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I agree.
I wear mine extra small, baby.
I mean, I had no idea what was going to happen. This is what I was planning. I do try to lean towards a positive, and this is more, I'm just inquisitive what they found and all that, if anything, right? So.
So this was the search warrant application. Someone calls this puppy in and he says, look at attachment A. We'll look at. He says, here's what we want: evidence of a crime, contrabands, fruits of a crime, or anything else illegally possessed, and property designed for use or involved in committing a crime. Look at the attached sheet, signed off by redacted agent name, over with the FBI. August 21st, 2025, Judge Timothy Sullivan signs off on that from Maryland. Now the government
had no third grade.
warrant. They want to seal everything until the warrant is executed. Then they unseal things and we can read them. And here we got it. They submitted all this right before the search warrant is executed, and then it gets unsealed. So disclosure of the affidavit at this time could seriously jeopardize the investigation. We haven't executed the warrant yet. And so the procedures for sealing this are all appropriate. The judge, of course, sealed it, and it is sealed. Now, the press came out, unsealed it.
That's my favorite part about this guy. He's not like, trust me, bro. He shows you why. And that I feel like I can believe him when he tells something. And like, not everybody on these videos and stuff do that, you know, but I'm pretty sure in here he talks about what they got too, what they wanted. What he just read was what the warrant was for, and then they're going to talk about what they did get, which isn't really, we don't really know.
And we get some more information. So once again, there's the warrant. Here is what they got from John Bolton's house. One red iPhone with 2 camera lenses for his interviews or something else. One black phone in a black case. A white binder labeled Statements and Reflections to Allied Strikes. I don't even know what that was. His like little journal about bombings. Type documents in folders labeled Trump 1 through 4. I wonder what those were. 4 boxes containing printed daily activities. All right. 1 hard drive, a Seagate brand. 1 Dell Precision Tower computer, 3620. 1 SanDisk hard drive, 64 gigabyte USB, 64 gigabyte USB. Another Dell XPS laptop with cables. Another Inspiron Dell computer. All signed off on as being collected. That's what they got. Here is what they wanted to get or submitted in their application. Redacted. The target residence is a resident located at that address, and it is a something. All of that is redacted there. We get a little bit. Here's what they want to seize. All items that are in possession of John Robert Bolton II. All physical documents and records with or without classification markings that relate to his former position as the assistant to the president for the NSA, National Security Affairs. That. Redacted. Along with any containers or boxes or other contents that are stored together. They want all information, including communications relating to national defense, any digital devices that may contain the following: any digital device encoding, docking, scanners, magnetics, electronics, CDs, DVDs, any documentations that are digital devices, includes routers, iPods, GPS, everything. If it looks like an electronic, they want it. Any applications, utility programs, interpreters, other software used to facilitate anything, any physical keys, encryption devices, dongles, passwords, test keys, all the things. They also want emails and anything electronically stored. Who used, owned, or stored the digital device? Usernames, passwords, email, contacts, chats, instant messaging logs. Evidence about all of this must be turned over.
So, I mean, they tell us what they got, but they don't really, it doesn't sound like a whole lot. That I am interested in the Trump 1 through 4, whatever that was.
Well, Jeff knows Bolton real well. He used to see him at the water cooler all the time.
You're an idiot.
You know you did. He'd say, "What are you looking at, fat boy?" Did he say that to you one time, Jeff?
No.
I thought
Negative.
you told me he saw you in the hall and said, "Hey, what are you looking at, fat boy?"
Oh my goodness.
Negative.
No? All right.
Nice try, though.
All right. Sorry.
That was a good shot.
By the way, Yorga's fired. Just so you know.
Oh my
I
God.
know. I'm just gonna leave, y'all.
Yorga, please stay. No, don't go.
No, don't look at me.
No.
What are you looking at? Don't you ever look at me.
Save yourselves.
Oh my gosh. Bolton was running his pocket. Look, yay, we got another chick on the panel. What's up?
I
bro?
seriously did that. I was gonna wash and it's seal.
Hey, y'all.
Oh,
What's up,
baby,
Monty? Good
thank
to see you.
goodness. Good
You
to see
looked a
you.
little outnumbered up here, Cole. I had to come in here.
Here, come sit by me.
Thank
I'm
you.
nervous.
Thank you, Bonnie.
There we go.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hey, y'all want to talk about eggs?
Oh my goodness.
Let's talk about eggs, baby. Let's talk about eggs.
I
I
don't want
love
to talk
eggs.
about freaking eggs.
I'm sorry, Bonnie.
I
Every
do.
time we always talk about eggs in your show, Bonnie. I'm very sorry.
What's up with the eggs?
We've been big on eggs lately. We do it everywhere, not just your
Oh
show.
my god.
But
The
how
last
do you, but how do you like your
about beans.
eggs, baby?
That
Do you
sounds
like them fried, or do you like them scrambled? Do you like them with cheese?
Good to see you, Bonnie.
You're gonna
How
make
you
a
doing?
song about eggs before it's over.
Yeah, well, thankfully, I can't eat eggs. So
Oh
there we
shoot, what
go.
did I
Oh, why not? I didn't know that.
I knocked out Craig. I was trying to let Bob up and I knocked Craig out on accident. My bad.
Hey, Bonnie.
Bonnie's allergic to water and shit like that. You know,
What's
stuff
up, Bob?
that's like liquids. Ah,
Thank you, Yorga. Love you
I
too.
know. I'm taking up for you, Bonnie. Damn it.
I don't even know what you just said. I was kind of not. I didn't hear it. I don't. It's all good.
She's allergic to eggs and water and stuff that keeps
He's
everybody
not
else
allergic
over.
to eggs or water. Why would you? You're silly, Yorga.
Hey, is Bob wearing a backpack?
No, I'm strapped.
Oh, all right. That's what I was wondering.
It's safe here. You don't have to pack to come to the stream, Bob.
Yeah,
We're all-
Bob. Is he still?
He goes on the internet and he's packing.
Yeah, well, that's because the city of Seattle was so kind about a week ago to clear out 3 city parks of drug addicted homeless, and they shipped them to Pierce County, and they opened up a emergency shelter in my hometown here.
Oh shit, Bob.
Coming to a suburb near you.
Oh, shit, Bob.
Yep. That can happen to any of you guys, no matter where you live. It can happen to you. But that's why I'm strapped,
Here.
because I've been through this before. Over a course of about a few years in the last place we lived, I had 19 attempted home invasions and 1 successful one.
Damn, Bob.
Now we were at
Damn,
peace.
Bob.
We were at peace for a few years, and now they're right back here, riding their bikes around, scouring the parking lots and in the neighborhoods. That's why I'm strapped. Being strapped when we had the last influx of those same people is the only thing that saved our lives, because I would stand there at my garage door and stand my ground, stand at parade rest with my right hip showing them.
Miss Mendersue's asking where you're from, Bob, or where you live.
Pierce County, Washington State. Yeah.
He's in the thick of it. All I have is a banana.
Oh my
I'm
god.
fixing to get a shoulder.
Well, this is an H harness. Because an H harness, yeah, you can kind of see it on the back. It's for load bearing,
Okay.
and I've got a pistol belt around my waist, and I got a round belly and no butt, so this is what holds the pistol and the extra ammunition up.
Very nice.
I've been through this stuff before.
Thank you for that.
But yeah,
Just to close out that other prior topic, I'm not going to play. Oh my gosh, John Dunning! Wow. Hold on. What do I got?
Thank you. Thank you.
Give him the cracked out Whitney. Thank you,
yeah.
for real, Bob. That's awesome.
Thank you, John. Very
I
nice.
appreciate that. Thank you so much. I don't know. Do I have any more?
Should I make
Oh, that's my train of thought on that one. Thank you so much, John. Seriously, much love.
could I talk for a moment about the earlier today shooting?
Yes, go ahead.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple, because simple is always the right answer. It was some guy who's under the influence of some political party, and I'm telling you the truth, guys. I've been a shooter my whole life. Anyone who is well practiced with his rifle can hit center mass at 200 yards, 300 yards. You can do it. I could do it. You could do it. So keep it simple. Somebody who's there to further the leftist agenda of disarming our population. That's what it's all about. Period.
How many can climb up on that roof?
How could I tell? I have no idea where they even found him. But don't go wild about the CIA and the Mossad.
Bob, you're such a party
No.
pooper, Bob.
Oh
No,
my
I'm
gosh.
just the voice of reason.
Yorga, you got somebody else to talk about eggs. Go ahead, Craig. I'm sorry.
No.
I was just saying, your lawyer, Yorga got him
Oh, is
talking
Clay
about eggs.
here? Oh, good. Excellent. I didn't know Clay was here. I'm glad I have representation.
Yeah, you might need it. You never know.
Damn, look at that.
Little
Nice.
something
What?
fishy there.
Oh
Sorry.
my gosh, Al Bundy. You can butter my biscuits anytime. Holy crap, that's hilarious.
Yorga just broke the internet.
Oh man.
Oh.
So I did totally lose my train of thought there. I was just gonna close out on that John Bolt. I'm not gonna play that last clip. He just, does the lawyer talk, but basically what he says is they can ask him to unlock any of his devices, whether if it's thumbprint or, what is the other one, biometrics or anything like that. He can go ahead and change it, make it easier, because whether they want to or not. Oh my gosh, Yorga.
I know. I'm so upset. Stingray never sent me anything close to that.
Oh gosh, hold on. What do we got here?
I like to downplay a lot of shit, but this is it's a big deal. Damn. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, she can cry for me. I'm not gonna sit up here and cry.
Yeah,
Damn.
you gotta
I
put
love
up
you
a
bigger
big-
than the whole sky, my girl. So thank you so much.
Man.
I'm crying. I never should have fired him.
He's like, damn it.
I won't send you a nickel,
I
Craig.
know. I never should have fired you. Damn
Not
it.
even if you were at a toll booth.
Yorga really does think I'm mad at him.
I know.
What?
Yeah, Cola's mad at me. She hates my
If
guts.
I was, I ain't no more, but I was never mad.
Hey, I'm mad at him. I'm mad at him.
That Cola, she hates my guts. She does.
Yeah, I don't like
Oh
him.
my god, my AI butt. Look, Sissy K said, bet she likes you now. Oh my
I
god.
don't care.
So, Craig,
Yes, ma'am.
you're a sensible man.
Yes, ma'am.
Frank.
I don't like the way this is starting, Bonnie.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Do you kind of see a way that this is all headed? Though, really?
Well, I see where they want us to go, but I'm trying to resist that.
Right.
Yes, Frank.
It really is, Bonnie. It's hard because I was very angry, but
Yes.
this is what this is going to happen. This is what's going to happen to us. They're going to hate us because of our love for Christ. We will be targeted, But yeah, I'm very angry, and I'm just trying to control that. You know what I mean? So it doesn't head to
well
that.
said.
I need a doctor.
Craig, you're always Frank. How come I can't be Frank sometimes?
You can be frank.
Can I be Frank?
But
Absolutely.
It's kind of strange that there was a mishap at a Colorado school, I believe.
Yes,
They got
early.
And also Texas, Austin, Texas, had a incident
Officer or something, huh?
A
Officer
guy
shot.
named Frank.
last night. Yes, but they're not even speaking of the woman that he executed
Officer Frank.
before he,
Oh, I didn't know that.
the officer. Yeah. Then he was still running loose, and the school that's right by that park, they allowed the children to go to school. And guess where he was found wandering around? But I don't know if it's the same person. They're saying it's the same person. We'll see how that turns out.
Mm.
I'm just saying there's a lot going on all over the place at the same time. And I love Charlie Kirk. Listened to him for a long time. Agree with a lot of things that he says, and he was really getting the young people to listen.
Yeah.
Well, people are really going to go back and listen now. I mean, I hate to say that, but he's entered martyrdom, basically. Like they've made him bigger than ever. It's crazy, and it's sad that it goes that way, but he's going to be a bigger deal than he ever, it's sad. I hate even saying it, but it's how it goes.
I agree.
I have never thought of him as a political figure. Have y'all?
I mean,
more of a debater of
issues. All he ever did, and this is what makes me incredibly mad. All he ever did was try to sit down and talk with people. That's it.
Yes.
All he ever did.
Debate.
And he was winning.
Well, debate, dialogue, whatever you want to call it. You can.
He was honestly, he was winning with almost every video I saw about him with common sense. And that's why some of the leftists have to put him down. It's because we can't get this word out to the young people who need to be brainwashed. So that's why they had to put him down.
He never said anything mean. I mean, he was just trying to talk to people. That's all he did. That's what he's guilty of. It's talking to people.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's just, and it goes the other way. I mean, as much as we hate, like somebody mentioned, Rachel Mad Cow or all these leftist, talkers, whoever that guy is, Destiny on the internet, all of them. We don't, you don't want to see this happen to them, And
I didn't know until today. He was only 31 years old. I'm thinking, holy hell, man, my son is older than that,
Yeah.
I didn't know he was that young.
He had a lot of wisdom.
That's a baby.
Yeah.
3-year-old daughter and a 1-year-old son.
Oh, son of a gun.
Yeah.
Yes. And they were there.
Oh.
I think they're the ones that
I
drove
am
him.
glad they're going to go after them. And what was it said? Hold on. You didn't say this part. I don't feel like, Jeff. You said that they were going to, hold on, I'm looking for it. Sign an immediate order mandating the death penalty without the possibility of pardon for the shooter of Charlie Kirk. Unusual and extraordinary steps since death penalty cases usually go through lengthy legal procedures. White House sources added that the order was signed due to severe security and public consideration, a final decision by the president and not subject to appeal or change. I am glad for that.
That's the order that he had White House counsel write up and issue to Pam Bondi in that Oval Office meeting.
Well, it was, in my firm opinion, it was a political killing. Political. And if they throw the guy, if he's guilty of it, if he is the shooter and he gets thrown into the old Sparky in less than 30 days, goodbye mofo.
Well, they don't know who the shooter is.
No.
Wait, they just said, well, see, and I'm saying Cash Patel posted on X that they did have the suspect. So, I mean, there's so much.
They took one in, but he was confessing, but he didn't do it.
Correct. Yeah, the guy that they had in handcuffs.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, the guy that they had in handcuffs that they were bringing out, it was 60, 65, whatever. He's already been kicked loose.
Oh, has he? Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, you got to realize they're all freaking out, man. If you're law enforcement, you're all freaking out when some shit like that happens. So yeah, you're gonna knock the old bald-headed white guy down. And
I mean, look at the threats that the Chicago gang leaders issued to Trump and the military.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, and Trump's comment was like, well, we have Delta Force.
Yeah.
Let's play.
Yeah.
So
Delta Force and the U.S. Air Force. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Bring it.
and
Bring it.
Delta, you do not mess around with Delta. And no.
Mm.
And I know a lot of people were saying that that's not that far, 200 yards. But
No, 200 yards is a long ass ways away. It's 2 football
Well,
fields.
well, not
But-
only that,
I could not make a shot like that. I'm sorry.
I think
look,
if
yeah, go ahead.
but think of all the people that were standing around him. That's where it takes.
Somebody was honed in with a scope, and I mean a good scope. It was,
Well, not only that,
this was a sniper. Jeff, back me up on this. This was a sniper, wasn't it?
yeah, well, yeah, I mean, you have to factor in wind conditions. You have to
Yeah, windy.
even though it sounds stupid, you have to factor in curvature of your landscape.
Everything.
All that shit plays into it. That's why, sniper teams, you have your spotter, right, who does all the calculations, and then you have the guy that takes the shot. That's why they said, when Phillips was taken hostage, you got the wake of the ocean, all that shit plays into variables and how hard of a shot that was.
Well,
These guys are going to make me watch Michael Jaco. I'm just saying for Miss Mendersue.
Oh, wait a minute, Bob. Bob
I'm
wanted
sorry.
to say
I'm sorry.
something.
Wait a minute. I interrupted Bob. Go ahead, Bob. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you, Cola. I'm an experienced shooter, and I have an M14 rifle. If you know what that is, with a
Yeah.
3x9 variable scope on it. And years ago, when I was a deer hunter, I practiced at 200 yards. Practiced, and I'm just a guy. And I was hitting with multiple different types of ammunition with a hot rifle barrel every round in a 5-inch circle. And I'm just a guy. So
Look like my bald spot.
you
But anyway.
don't really need a professional sniper to hit center mass at 200.
Well, the range is different from real world. So if we're talking range and real world, totally different things.
How?
But that was a 308 rifle, probably. And
Yeah, it was
the
a 308 shell.
The recoil on a 308 ain't no joke. You have to know what you're doing.
I do know what I'm doing, and I'm just a
no,
guy.
no. I'm not saying you, Bob. I'm just saying, yeah, I disagree with you for sure.
You do really prove it.
There's some on both sides of this one. I've seen it all through the chat on each side. It's not. It's both ways. Many people are going on both sides of this one.
Well, I think
could that shot have been just lucky? I don't know.
It could have been. Absolutely, it could have been lucky. It could have been, some jackwagon that, take a shot. But with the current world conditions, I think you're gonna probably end up seeing that this wasn't, the lone gunman that, and it possibly could be, the lone gunman that was pissed off at his speech.
I don't believe
But-
that.
Well, no, it could be, but they definitely practiced shooting. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
they knew what they were
that's
doing.
what it takes. Practice. Yep.
Well, and look, all you have to do is go back over the last 2 or 3 years and go through some of the FBI reports, go through some of Homeland Security reports where there was fears
Good question, Mary. Go ahead.
and local law enforcement that notifications was sent out from DOJ about, assassin hit squads that came through the southern border and northern border.
Yes. And that's the video that I saw where he was laying on the roof. Kind of had to wonder if it wasn't, didn't look like regular attire to me.
Well, I'll tell you what, if I was a news broadcaster or anything along those lines, I'm scared shitless right now.
Yes.
I think the whole place was scared.
Oh yeah. Most people have never seen a man die by violence. Most people have
No.
not.
Well,
Yes,
I'm not saying this is a factor, but Utah is full of former military.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
not saying that, but there's a lot of capable people there.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah,
that
it's just a sad state of affairs, and it's going to fuel both sides, and there's going to be the radicals on the left, radicals on the right, that especially on the right, they're going to want some type of revenge, and it's
right.
Never good.
just no, and it's just the society that we're in.
Mhm. I just really urge anyone who can hear my voice, stay calm. Don't do anything rash. Just be chill. Take it easy, because I don't want to hear about somebody on the right side or anyone taking the law into their own hands and doing the same thing that this whack job just did.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
take
it's
it
not
easy.
yours.
Some
Yeah.
of the things I was seeing was saying in the chat, everybody was saying war, 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 which is
Yeah.
crazy.
Initial
we don't-
reaction. Yeah.
We don't
Yeah,
need
that's
that. We
true.
don't need that. We don't need that.
I
But
don't
shit,
know.
I was a little outraged at first. You can't deny it. I was pissed off. But then, cooler heads prevail,
Yeah.
and you got to really think about it. But it does strike a nerve.
Do you think
Yeah.
they'll find a scapegoat?
Say again, Bonnie? Sorry.
Do you think they'll find a scapegoat?
Lee Harvey could. Possible. You never know.
Could be.
I think the old guy was it. They found one, but then they cut him loose.
Hmm.
But I heard they rearrested him for obstruction, which I don't understand that.
Well, I mean, obstruction could be anything from, a cop asking you for your ID and you don't give it to them. I mean, that that could be. And if they have somebody possibly of interest, they don't want to, just fucking kick them.
Yeah.
And if he's confessing to something he didn't do, wouldn't that be considered obstruction?
Probably so, because he was doing that.
Yeah.
I think. Bonnie's
Hindering,
right,
hindering an investigation.
Mhm.
Yes.
And if you look at the state of this right here, this is one single event. If what I think is coming down the pike, people are really going to lose their shit.
Oh. Thanks, Jeff.
Well, let's just stay. I'll take it. Just stay calm. Don't do anything. Just chill. I've been feeling like a upset stomach most of the day today. It affects me, and I've seen people die by violence more than once. It does affect me, but I'm not going to do anything. I don't want to see anybody else do anything.
I don't think any of us in this group would just go out and do something.
No, but I agree with Bob though, because the last 3 days I have been upset as hell over the murder in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yes.
And over this stuff that happened to Charlie Kirk, man. Fucking come on, man. You don't murder that guy?
I
And
can't believe it.
and I have to just calm my ass down. And I kinda can't.
Well, and did you already said the subway too? It's a lot of things going on, but I
Yes.
don't want to interrupt y'all. That's why I didn't. But I want to say thanks to John again.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I love you bigger than the whole sky, my girl. So thank you so much.
I'm sorry. I just think they're funny because that's about they are a little over dramatic and stuff, but I want to say something to say thank you. I do appreciate it.
Cole,
What's that?
Sorry. I was gonna
No,
say
go ahead.
I would drop one, but my I need to pay my credit card. I'm past due on it, so I'm sorry.
No, definitely not. Not
I'm gonna set
Craig is cheap, I'm telling you.
yeah, I'm gonna
We
send
live
an
in a
IOU.
world where truth is curated, identity is customizable, belief is a battleground, and the master manipulators, they thrive in ambiguity. don't just lie, they design reality. That's deep, John. And once again, thank you so much.
Thank you, John.
This is to be honest with you guys. This is one of the very few pieces of current news that I've heard about. I don't watch or the current news because it gives me anxiety, and I got enough to worry about with 12 to 20 freaking junkies they threw out of Seattle into my little hometown. So I wouldn't have known anything about this unless my wife stuck her head into the garage here and goes, "Hey, they just killed Charlie Kirk." Like, oh God, here we go. I listen to music most of the time, do gardening and stuff like that.
I still can't wrap my head around it, man. That they killed him.
Well,
Still cannot, man.
Yeah, and a very interesting thing that Trump said in his speech that kind of guides me towards this being something else is Trump said that we will go after your money.
Yeah. I love that.
Follow the
And
money, baby.
So that right there, when
he will kill your bankers. That's what they did in Peru. They killed the bankers that did all that dumb shit down there. I'm sorry.
And Trump says some oddball shit, right? But there's always something to what he says, and that's just something that stuck out to me is, he said, well, whenever we find out who backed this, we're taking all your money.
Fair enough.
And you're gone. And hello, you're out of here. Right?
Yeah. Well, the statement he made said, "Hey, there's not going to be a pardon, and your ass is going to get executed."
And we're going to kill your bankers.
Yeah, Regina, that's what Miss Mendersey was saying.
Oh my God, that's what does everything. Kill the bankers.
So,
you were
sorry, what were you saying, Bonnie?
It's a full moon. Just saying.
Is it?
Saying for the past 3 days.
Dang. So, but Bob was talking about drugs and stuff, and I should have said rugs, but I mean, it does get old. This is some of the stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on that is good. It may not be everything all the time, but I want to play this short little clip here about what's happening with some of the drugs.
Destroy the Maduro regime by raising the bounty on the Venezuelan leader's head to $50 million. The amount of drugs being intercepted by U.S. authorities under the Trump administration, it is staggering. Customs and Border Patrol officers in Laredo, Texas, recently intercepted $37 million worth of meth from a commercial truck. But Venezuelan cartels like Tren de Aragua and the Sinaloa they're not acting alone. They're working in concert with China to poison and kill as many Americans as possible.
These 1,300 barrels were shipped from Shanghai, China to Mexico. We introduced these precursors on the high seas, and now the Sinaloa cartel will not be able to use them to make methamphetamines.
Those barrels that were just behind her, Janine Pirro right there, containing 700,000 pounds, the largest seizure of precursor chemicals used to make meth in U.S. history. In retaliation, for the second time in 2 days, Venezuela has flown military aircrafts over the USS Jason Dunham near South America. When asked about it, here's what the president said.
Venezuela flies jets over U.S. naval vessels.
Well, I would say they're going to be in trouble, and we'll let them know about that. We heard that happen, but it wasn't really over, not like they described. But I would say, General, if they do that, you have a choice of doing anything you want. Okay? If they fly in a dangerous position, I would say that you can.
Yes, anything you
or
want.
Your captains can make the decision as to what they want to do. Right?
You just heard it right there. That's right. The president on live TV authorizing the Pentagon to shoot down the planes if they got dangerously close to the U.S. military deployment in the Caribbean.
Right. So there are good things happening. And yeah, they wanted to say F around and find out, but they put mess around as the title. But we are at war one way or the other. And I think I can't imagine. I wouldn't want to be on the other end, fighting against all the evil. It's like it comes from all directions. But I do believe we're fighting it, trying to, stop all that. There's so much going on, from all the
Like
conspiracies.
a
Go ahead.
storm. Sorry.
Yeah, the storm's upon us, huh, Craig?
He just gave Seaman Willard the responsibility. He could, or the permission to do anything he wants.
Yeah, he did.
Well, I do too. And oh man, I hope that I hope a lot of you are still here a little later, because I got a real good clip that says a lot of things I try to say, but it's not coming from just anybody. It's not like I'm saying it. It's somebody that would know saying it. And I am going to play some more good stuff. I'm really scared. Oh, okay. Well, we'll be praying for you, Miss Mendersu. She's going to have some dental work done. We pray for Miss Mendersu. She's always praying for everybody else, so we're going to pray for her too.
For sure.
Well, and there's another story that really isn't in the news or being widely reported is, the SOSA warning net cables being cut in the Atlantic Ocean.
That's a song, Al Bundy. Can you repeat that? Sorry, I was obviously squirrel on that one, Jeff. Could you repeat that last sentence?
The SOSA warning nets. So basically what it is hydrophones that are underwater that we use to track ships, track submarines. And I believe it was late Saturday, early Sunday, the Atlantic Fleet reported that one of the cables were cut. So, that was up in near Russia, was it Vladivostok? One of the major ports up in the Norwegian area. So, that's another issue. Yeah, the Bering Straits.
Oh.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you guys mentioned about all the amphetamine ingredients, and it makes me really heartbroken and sick to see like these homeless that just got dropped in our lap. To see that they're all young people, guys. They're all in their 20s, and their teeth are gone. I mean, they're down on the bottom rung of their lives, and it's all because of the damn dope, man. It's just so sad, I don't know. I just wanted to put that out there. It's just, anything they can do to stop the dope, do it. Do whatever it takes.
Yeah, I want to play one more clip. This one's got Pete Hegseth, and he's actually saying numbers are down. But also they talk about the stronger drug than fentanyl, and I thought fentanyl was as strong as it got. But at least we know that there is a fight going on. Like what about those boats that he blew those up?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know how to feel about that. I don't want to, but I mean, now someone will think before, at least they'll know now. I mean, because they got away with it for so long, they probably didn't think that day when they went off on the boat they were going to that was their last days, but they're the ones trafficking the rugs, so is what it is, man. But this is real short too.
President Trump's designation of several cartels now allowing him to hit harder and faster. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, he issued this warning to the cartels.
Oh yeah. I skipped past. We need to talk about that too. Secretary of War. I find that interesting, you guys, that it's not that he's changed the names around. I mean, it may seem petty, but I think it's actually very interesting. But
words have power.
Yeah, and there's a meaning behind all of it. I'm sure of that.
That's what it was called in the beginning.
Yep.
And he said we never lost wars and things that. Trump speaks on it. I'm pretty sure I've got a clip for that, but I guess I went out of order here, but we were talking about rugs, so here we go.
Headed for the United States, or part of the process that would head to the United States, that will have lethal consequences. The poisoning of the American people is over. A lot of people talk about it, but President Trump is willing to, as the world has learned, whether it's the Houthis and freedom of navigation, or Midnight Hammer, or even securing our southern border. When he says he's going to do it, we do it.
President Trump, when he says he'll do something, he will do it. Under the Biden administration, though, he's got a big mess to clean up. An estimated 20 million illegals poured into our nation, and God only knows how many drugs and illegal guns also came in. The CDC reporting that the number of drug overdoses among Americans is declining, but tens of thousands of Americans are still being poisoned every single year. Last year alone, 80,000, and most of them are young people. and they died of a drug overdose. Fentanyl, responsible for most of those deaths. Fentanyl is so potent that a dose roughly the size of a few grains of salt is lethal for most people. And now there's a drug 40 times more potent than even fentanyl. It's called nitazene. It's a synthetic opioid, once again, produced in China and trafficked by the cartels and brought here, of course, smuggled into the US. A drug. It's even resistant to Narcan. And now a new bipartisan bill, the Nitazene Control Act, would close legal loopholes that traffickers exploit. In a message to all who want to do us harm, the Trump administration then sent 10 stealth fighter planes to Puerto Rico. The president also restoring the Pentagon back to the Department of War.
We won the First World War. We won the Second World War. We won everything before that and in between. And then we decided to go woke and we changed the name to Department of Defense. So we're going Department of War.
Clearly, President Trump's words as his subsequent actions proving to the world that we are back. We now have a commander-in-chief that means what he says and says what he means. Peace through strength, offense, not just defense, and mess with the U.S. and you may pay the price with your life.
What was the name of that drug? The new one?
Oh, shoot. I'll have to go back. It started with an N something.
I will.
Nizine.
Thank you, Jeff.
You get an A, Jeff.
This might have been what one of my wife's patients was taking. I'm not sure, but there's the horrors that the way that these people are dying. Like my wife had a patient. This is going to make you sick, but my wife had to put her hands in this stuff and muck it out. It's fentanyl mixed with a horse tranquilizer. And it's guaranteed it's going to kill you, and it's going to take a long time to kill you because it shuts off your blood flow at random parts of your body. So my wife's patient, he had, when he came in from his buttocks up to his ribs, was already black and dead. It was necrotic. No surgeon would touch this guy because they saw that and they went, he's already dead. She had to go in there and muck that stuff out every day, repack it with gauze and all that. The guy was on every type of painkiller on the earth. And I mean, by the time he died, his buttocks was gone. She could see his hip bones and his leg bones and his ribs. And he died alone in an isolation room. And the guy was like 30. So there's worse stuff out there than fentanyl. Far worse.
It's crazy that there is. It's already bad enough.
Bad. I'll end this with this right here. I know my wife. I've been with her for 20 years, and she came out of the car coming home from graveyard shift, and I could see her aura. She was very upset, and she just said, "Don't touch me. I'm taking a shower and I'm washing my clothes." And then she came out of all that and went, "Well, I had this. If it makes a battle-hardened nurse that sick, can you imagine what the poor guy was going through who was injecting that stuff on the streets of Seattle?" Stop the drugs. If you got to blow up the boats, do it. Got to blow up the submarines, do it. Got to shoot down the airplanes, do it. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, otherwise they're just going to continue to send it in and bring it in. So, I mean, it does. I mean, it's going to send a message, but man, it is hard to imagine someone's losing their life over one bad decision, but that bad decision would take many other lives. So I guess what is that called when they make those terrible scenarios up where there's a guy driving a bus and it's like you have to choose between which lives? Like, I mean, it's an obvious answer because there's way more deaths that come from the people taking the drugs than the couple people smuggling them, but it's still horrible for any lives to be lost. But, make better career choices, I suppose, it is terrible. I hate for any lives to be lost, but there you go. Yorga's with you. People are asking about you. You're too quiet, Yorga. They're all like, "Are you okay?"
He got fired.
He's not fired.
Yeah, no, he did.
Promotion. What are you talking about?
Shut up, because I'm quietly sitting here fired.
I'm
right?
kind of mad at Yorga right now, Cole.
Oh,
I know. Craig hates me too.
Yeah.
Nobody hates you, Yorga.
Well,
I hate it
everybody hates Yorga.
No,
I I officially hate Yorga.
Yeah, Jeff does.
And that's okay. Because Jeff is gay, and that's all
Yeah.
right.
But I haven't been
Yeah.
caught yet, so
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We love Bob. We want Bob to be the new Yorga. I
No,
vote Bob in as the new
no,
Yorga.
Bob is the manly man. Bob is the manly man from this whole group. And
That's why we want
sorry,
Bob.
But the rest of us are gay.
We want
and
Bob.
We can't help it.
I'm very straight, very married.
See, there you go, Gary. Why were the cartels allowed to operate? The government got the cut. Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I think there's a lot of that going on where this administration isn't in on the take. What are you laughing about, Yorga?
Who in the chat said I hate him? Somebody in the chat said I hate him.
They were all gay except for Bob.
I am not
What's
gay.
going on?
Cola, somebody in the chat said they disliked me. Who was that?
Nobody said that.
No, they said I disliked them.
No, everybody hates me, man. That's my shtick.
Wait, are you
Yeah,
serious,
yeah.
Craig? Nobody said that. I'm sitting here going through them. I didn't see anything.
Oh wait, no, it was
It's
Zed.
me.
No, it
Oh,
was Zed.
God damn it,
Yeah.
they don't hate me, Craig.
No, Zed. He's right. I don't like him. He's right.
What?
No,
Sorry.
Hate's a strong word. I don't think anybody uses that.
that's not true, chessboard. I love Yorga anyways, no matter what. So I missed anything, folks? Oh, you never know.
Is chessboard here?
Yeah, I saw him. I saw him inside.
Chessboard is bad because I gave him I didn't give Yorga. I gave Cola 100.
He did. It was a lot. He never gave me that. That's why I really dislike him.
I'm
now.
never gonna give you that either,
I
Craig.
know. Well, I'm still going to dislike you.
Fucker.
You're not as pretty.
He didn't look at your AI butt, whatever that is.
Yeah, no, he was like, yeah, no, really weird.
And Bill Giles says I was fishing for love. I'm not at all.
No, because I already love them, so that would be a waste of time and energy.
Yeah,
You're drinking the
blow
cough
me.
syrup.
yeah, but no one
Yeah.
no one said Yorga was smart.
Oh my
That-
god!
oh.
Nobody ever said that in my whole entire life, Jeff B.
He
I would
has
say that.
never
Speaking
heard
of not smart though, because we've been on such deep, serious stuff, let's look at this dumb blonde. It's actually a pretty funny clip. It's only like a minute.
Yeah, let's bring it. Bring it. Something funny.
Yeah, it's not that funny, but it's
Damn it.
something lighthearted. I know it's hard. I swear it's hard to find funny, lighthearted stuff. Everything's serious all the time, and it's like,
Well, such horrible things happened today in the last 2 or 3 days, man.
Today was
yeah, but
awful.
we're talking about stupid people right now. So this chick's pretty dumb.
Okay.
y'all.
Well, your husband say he is basically more urban or rural.
She looks dumb.
Kathy.
I don't know what they mean.
Well, you know it. I mean, you married him. What do you think?
Heck, he's urban.
He's urban.
Yeah.
How long has he been that way?
For about 2 months.
2 months he's been there.
I remember this show.
Do you think there's anything he can do about it?
He went to a doctor.
Oh, he did. Did the doctor give him anything for his urban?
He gave me something.
I hope she can cook. For God's
Her
sake,
husband
I
said,
hope
"You
she
sure
can
are pretty." Gosh, John.
She might figure out the toaster.
But see, women, but that's women. In,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. My God.
I'm gonna need to get new clips. I don't have that many.
I love you bigger than the whole sky, my girl. So thank you so much.
Why do you hate me all this much?
Do what? Who hate? Oh my gosh. Let's read this real quick. We can all be weaponized just by putting thought in our heads. We've all been conditioned to some degree. We were divided to where we don't see each other as kin, even the so-called other side.
Yes.
Go away. Beverly is busy.
Oh my gosh. I wish I had that clip handy. I didn't think it was quite as funny as you guys did, but it was funny. But yeah, that's the chick they got the blonde jokes from, I'm afraid.
But women
So,
in
and
the
that was the
70s.
newlywed game, Bonnie. That was the actual newlywed game. Remember, we were just talking about
I remember.
that.
Yes.
I do.
My
I
feed,
remember.
you know, it heard me. It was like, here, you want a clip of this? But it was pretty funny. It's like he's going to the doctor. She'd burn a coffee pot. Oh God! Now see, you do one stupid thing. Now I don't know if I want to look that up or not, Al Bundy. Let me write it down for later.
And you upset chessboard. Just saying.
I did. Me? Is that? Are you serious? Me? Who?
I think he was joking. Said something way back there.
Is chessboard even here?
He said something way back there because you didn't look at the email yet.
Oh, the email. I did actually look at it. I just didn't share it with the class. I don't know how to share X. It was interesting. I have to go back and pull it back up unless it's in my.
I don't know. Don't fall for his tricks.
I don't know either.
I got it.
Yeah. You better, yeah.
I sent you an email, lady.
I
and
did
you
actually
should've
look.
looked at it, but you didn't, and I'm mad at you now.
Yeah, it's like a hostage situation with chessboard.
It says
like a Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm. I'm
Okay,
wearing your
it says.
stockings.
So there's this picture, and I think this might be a dude dressed up as a chick, and it
Oh,
says, "I highly recommend you guys investigate and try to get this girl. She's a suspect for posting such. If that's a girl, she's an ugly girl. It's like yeah, it's hold on, it's like Yorg always says.
It's a man, baby.
It's one of those. It's but the post says, Charlie Kirk is coming to my college tomorrow. I really hope someone evaporates him literally. And then another post says, let's just say something big will happen tomorrow. So I'm assuming this was the day before, and then now it's kind of looking bad that she posted that. But I honestly don't know how to share X on here yet, chessboard. Sorry. I did look at it. I was not ignoring it. I just didn't. I mean, I can do it like this is the best I can pull off here. Oh, shoot. I got to do this first. So,
No, I saw the post he was talking about. It's not a she. Well, I guess if that's what they want to be called.
It's not working. I'm
It's a
sorry.
chick man dude.
Oh, crap.
Yeah. All I can see is a black. Whoa.
Yeah, I gave up too.
It looked like Polo.
Because I knew it wouldn't. All right. Okay, see what happens when I try to please everybody all the time? Just doesn't work, man.
Don't work, baby.
Sorry, I turned the screen black.
It's a chick man dude.
So what do y'all think about tomorrow?
I see
It's
a lot of those.
lady man.
I see a lot of those in the Philippines. A lot of them. They're
Right. What
everywhere.
about the Filipino lady dudes?
Oh
You
my
talked
God.
about that before.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Bob's been
Dude,
quiet for like an hour, man.
After the sun goes down, they come outside and holy cow! Oh my God,
like roaches.
They come out after the sun goes down.
they do. They do.
Roaches.
I'm
Yeah,
not
they
going
do.
to laugh, but I am.
Sunshine exposed the penis.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't need no Filipino lady boys.
It's like a
Well,
sundial. They can't go out in the sunshine.
Yeah. They are vampires. No, I've been there so many times, man. You know, a lot of guys. Well, what about them? It's like, what about them, man? They just do what they do. I stick next to my wife, you know.
I'm sorry.
I just treat them like
lady boy.
I treat them like everybody else, you know. Give them some respect and, you know, be polite.
Yeah, Al Bundy, did you know the sun turns
Give 'em
early?
$5.
We went from here.
5 pesos.
Okay. Early sun change.
You know it's funny, Bob. You know it is.
What?
Don't give a Filipino lady boy 5 pesos, baby.
No, tomorrow.
They do have pesos in the Philippines, right?
Yes, it was part of the Spanish Empire for about 300 years. Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yep, you're welcome. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen some odd things overseas. Wow. Oh, God.
I'm trying to see how long ago this was. Almost a week now.
I don't. In the Philippines, there's about 7 females for every 1 man, and I mean there is women everywhere, and guys go for that. It's like,
well, 7 to 1 is a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going there.
We should. It's a good place to travel.
I will.
But what if you're tricked? You might be tricked. You don't know.
They tell you. They do. They tell. They let. Yeah.
Oh, they actually tell you?
Well, yeah, because I've asked them before. I speak some of the language, a little bit of 2 languages that they speak. And
Now you guys
they
are going to
always
pull me
do.
into this conversation, and all I want to be like, oh my God. See,
Yeah.
man.
Okay. Sorry.
No,
Wait a
I'm just
minute.
saying
Wait a
when,
minute.
when they
Wait,
told you,
they
you're
have
like,
a
oh well. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Y'all pulled
Sorry.
me into this convo. Never mind. I'm gonna stop.
Sorry. Jeff, put your hands up and step away from the schmeck.
Fuck. Don't they have there's a, what do they call that language over there? It's not Farsi. It's
No, they speak about 90 languages, and the national language is Tagalog. But my wife and her family speak Bisaya at home, and Tagalog and English. They're multilingual, all of them.
Wow, that's pretty interesting.
I'm learning Bisaya right now.
Hard to learn, Bob, or what?
Yes. It's very difficult.
hard to learn, Bob. Or
Well, I was
what?
curious because it's
Well, I'll tell you the difference is Tagalog is a separate word for, like, that's a lighter. These are cigarettes, they're separate words. Bisaya is very long words, and if you mispronounce 1 syllable in that word, it changes the entire meaning of the word.
I get it.
So it's like one of those languages you almost have to grow up speaking it.
Yep.
It's tough. It's real tough.
So not like you could just add a O on the end of every word, like L lighter O or L cigarette O.
People like to do that though and think they're doing something.
No, I do it. I do it all the time.
Doing that with the Spanish people. No,
Right.
it doesn't work.
Put an O on it and it works.
It is weird because the Spaniards occupied the Philippines for 300 or 400 years. So almost all of their languages have Spanish words mixed in with it. But like to say shoes in Spanish is zapatos. And they say zapatos. Get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what were you saying,
it's
Craig?
like,
Sorry, he
it's
was
like,
trying to say something a minute ago. He's going.
Oh no, I just got to step down. I got to go.
I knew that's what it was.
I'm very
You've
sorry.
done 20 minutes overtime. Usually it's around an hour. So thanks for.
Woohoo!
Oh, you ran off. You ran off.
See
Jeff
you as soon as. Well,
Yeah.
then we're gonna go play backstage.
Jeff said if he's leaving, so am I.
I'm gonna go toss a smeckle at him. All right, I'll be back. Love y'all.
Have a good night. So
Good night.
dang, I didn't do it quick enough for them guys to check it out. I do want to play some like 2 clips from Glenn Beck. This is what I was saying, that when I hear these things, that makes me believe even more. I like double down on what I believe. And if people think I'm nuts, oh well. I just want to play a couple clips. Well, hey, yeah, we'll be on for. I usually go. I probably won't go a full like 5 hours or anything this time, but I have gone that long. But 3.5, 4 hours seems like a good place for me, just so people know. But yeah, it's just the first one. He's talking about that getting called into the White House by Bush, and he tells a story about that. And then later after that, he talks a little bit about Trump and reinforces everything I do believe. So I just want you guys to hear these 2 clips real quick. This one first.
I get there, and the first
To the
thing
White
the
House.
president says, I sit in the chair, in the Zelensky chair, and the first thing the president says to me is, and laced with profanity, You know, a lot of people think they know how they can be the effing president. Well, they have no effing idea how to be the effing president. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be the longest hour of my life. And he read me the riot act. After that was all over and he had that out of his system, we stood up at the end, and it was the day that Barack Obama had said that if he were president, he would just fly our planes over the border into Pakistan and he would just bomb Pakistan. Well, this is at the point where Pakistan is kind of helping us. Okay? They're not our friends. They're more frenemies, but they're kind of helping us at this point. And he says, Barack Obama says, you know, and if he would have done that, the whole coalition of the willing, all of that crap would have gone right out the window. And so I said to the president as I'm walking out, and he's standing by the Oval or by the Resolute desk, and I said, Mr. President, I said, I don't know if you heard this, but today, Barack Obama, and he said, oh, I heard that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. And I said, okay. And he said, trust me, Glenn, whoever comes into this office, no matter what party they're in, they're going to sit behind this desk. And they're going to realize, because they're going to be advised by exactly the same people that have been advising me, that they really have no choice. This is what they have to do. And he said, have a good day. And I'm like, holy cow. I walked out and do you remember me calling you after that, Stu?
Yes.
And I was freaked out. I was like, this is not good. The president isn't really the president. The president is just listening to all these advisors who were advising the last president and the president before that. And it's all State Department stuff. And they're just executing a long plan. What difference does it make who we have in the office if that's true?
Yeah,
remember that?
One specific part of that you didn't mention was because he was very angry at you, but that part of the conversation was meant to make you feel good, right?
Yes.
It wasn't like an angry thing. It was hey, it's okay, calm down. All the decisions will remain the same. And it's like, that didn't calm you down much.
No, it made it worse.
Yes.
I knew that all along, and so was Jeff.
Okay. However, he hasn't spoke about President Trump yet. This is what always was. This is the way it always was. I do not believe Trump is on that team. That's why they fight him. If he were on the team, none of these things that have been going down would be going down. He fights left and right, courts, everybody fights against him, but he goes in great detail. I just, wanted to break it up for a minute, and but we might as well just go on and play what he says about Trump. And it's was today years old when he reported on, in tears today when he reported on Charlie. Yeah, but I really do want you guys to check out what he says here, because I know a lot of people say, oh, they're all on the same team and all the things he just said, but he speaks differently about Trump. And I believe it. I've been believing it. And every time something new happens, it reinforces my beliefs that he is fighting against a really dark deep state for real. But,
Yeah, I believe you. I believe you, Cola. I do.
But not everybody. I mean, we're divided in that way. Some people go, oh, no, he's a bad guy.
Have any of you noticed what Charlie Kirk's real name is? It's Charlie James Kirk. He's named after James Kirk from Star Trek. No
I
shit.
did not know that.
Charlie James Kirk.
I didn't know that. But real quick, y'all, I promise I'll stop for a little while after this. Just check this one out.
I bring this story up. I bring this story up because when Donald Trump sat at the table and said, just going to get old Vlad on the phone, and he stands up, walks out of the room with all the world leaders, and he just picks up the phone and calls Vladimir Putin and says, hey, I just want to keep you up to speed of what's going on. He didn't ask for permission. He didn't have anybody whispering in his ear. He's leading the State Department. He's leading the world. He's keeping his own counsel. That hasn't been done by a president in I don't know how long. And it's why we're once again the leaders of the world. Because these advisors, all of these doctors and professors and people who have been in the State Department their whole life and know better than everybody, Donald Trump has said to them, shut up. I've seen your record. It doesn't work. We've been doing it for 100 years. We're losing credibility. We're losing money. We're losing power and influence. I don't want to hear it. This is the direction we're going. And he didn't have the juice to be able to fire all of those people last time. And he put the wrong people in position. Now at the State Department is Rubio. And I got to tell you, Rubio is one of the last guys I would have picked. I would have thought Rubio was a big globalist. Look at who Rubio has turned out to be. So the two things that are happening are really are really based on one thing, and that is the president of the United States is in charge of his administration. The president of the United States keeps his own counsel. The president of the United States listens to his own gut. For the first time that I have seen since Ronald Reagan, and Ronald Reagan did it in one place, and that was the Soviet Union. He knew the difference between good and evil, and he called it, and he didn't care what anybody said. Donald Trump is doing this in example after example after example. He's keeping his own counsel, and he is telling his people, this is what I'm going to do. Find the constitutional way to do it, because this is what has to be done. And he's not taking no for an answer. And he's not kowtowing to the people who have been there forever. Oh, Mr. President, you have to listen to this man. He's not listening to him. If it doesn't make sense to him, he's not listening to him. And he is not waiting for permission from anyone. That's the takeaway from this last 4 days. America is leading because we actually have a leader who knows who he is, knows what he wants to do, and is not going to take no for an answer unless it's unconstitutional. He gets it done. That in 6 months, that's a remarkable development.
I should have played that sooner while there were more people here, because truly that's what I believe. People think, oh, you're crazy, but I don't see why. I don't see how people think he's working in concert with the people that are trying to stop him left and right, and the people that he's now subpoenaing and searching their homes and trying to prove the conspiracies that were done against him. It just doesn't make logical sense to me. But, you know, we just keep on talking and, you know, seeing what people believe and what people don't believe. But that's what I believe. And maybe I'm wrong, but that guy would know more than I would, you know? Go ahead.
I agree with Nicola. I think the guy's doing the very best he can. And from my observations of the guy, he's got a heart. He's not evil. You know, I mean, maybe he is evil in business, but I mean, how do I put it? I believe in the guy. I'm not a slave to the guy, and I don't want to shine his shoes, but I believe in the guy. I think he's doing the best he can to do the right thing. That's all I got.
He's talking about Marco Rubio, I believe.
You know what, Bob? You're the guy I want in the foxhole with me. I swear to God. I can tell that. I want Craig in the foxhole with me. I want you in the foxhole with me. I want Cola in the foxhole with me. You know?
Yeah. For sure.
Because I know you got my back.
Right.
Well, I am prior military, and I've got a code of honor, you know, that a lot of people don't have. You know, if I'm going to watch your back and you know, I'm always honest as I possibly can be. And that's one thing I miss about being in the military is I'm surrounded by people who will turn around and stab you in the back in an instant. And I miss that. I miss being with other very honest GIs. You know, I miss that.
Yeah. I was really excited to find that though, because he articulated that better than I could. And he would be the one to know more than I would, or, you know, people out here just speculating. He's been in the Oval Office. Like, he's been in there and spoken to presidents, and that's a lot. Like, I've never done that. I'm just watching from the outside looking.
In the Oval Office don't mean jack shit. Freaking Bill Clinton got a BJ in there.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. So it don't mean shit.
He was in there like that.
No, but you know what I'm saying.
I do. I'm just saying he saw things that we aren't privy to. He was aware of things that we don't know anything about. He spoke to Bush, and Bush basically told him, hey, everything everyone says. But from his observation and his opinion, Trump is different than that. He might be, hopefully we get another Trump, you know. Not hopefully. Exactly him, but
hopefully.
Yeah. I don't know what happens next.
There's that place in California it's by invitation only, where they have a large owl statue.
Bohemian Grove?
Bohemian Grove.
Yeah. And do you know who the star of the show is? Is Moloch. Do you know who Moloch was?
Yeah, they sacrificed.
He was a
children.
demon. He was a demon. Yeah. And these higher ups are, man, they're under the influence from hell. They really are. And I don't know.
And Bob, what about the little owl that is on the dollar bill?
I don't know.
You didn't know about that? You can look on a $1 bill up in the left-hand corner, and there's a little owl. I mean, it's almost impossible to see. If you don't have a magnifying glass, you can see this fucking thing. And that's from Bohemian Grove.
That I do believe that Donald Trump is doing the best thing he can, and I don't think he's evil. I don't think he's part of them. So I agree with what you're saying, Cola. I do.
Yeah, and it's just like RFK too, fighting against Big Pharma and stuff. And I've got some clips of PBD and them talking about that. I got clips of I got so much of that. Like, I know some people may be even sick of it because I know I'm not the only one talking about it, but it's a big deal. And you see it. What really got me isn't so much of what happens and the back and forth and the things they said. It's the graph that they show about money, and it's hysterical. You see who's up in arms about this stuff. Biggest money guys, it's right in front of your face. And I think if people would just start to notice this, it would be a bigger deal. And it's so plain and simple. I'm going to play a couple of these clips real quick because I think these are good things. To me, this is what I mean when I say I hope scroll. When I hear something good happen with this, well, then I'm going to look at that. Now, I couldn't avoid that horrendous death today because it's out there, but if it had been something on a smaller scale, I might have scrolled right past it and not even just tried to find something good to focus on. Because for every, one negative thing, there might be, I don't know what the scale is right now, but it sure seems like the positive is beating the negative these days, in my opinion. But maybe I'm just seeing the glass half full. I wish Camo would have made it. He likes to just be glad he has a glass. I say, well, that's the biggest optimist I ever heard. I'm just happy I have a glass. Anyways, I think we bored Yorga, but.
And I think when I hear you talk about transparency, I think part of that is sharing what what the CDC knows with parents so that they can make decisions. Behind me, yeah, I know it's gonna be hard to see from there. I can barely read it. This is the current CDC recommendations for vaccines for children. On day number 1, they get their first jab of hepatitis vaccine. By the time they're 18 months, they've had 18 jabs. By the time they get to be able to vote, they have 76 jabs.
Jeez. I figure out where I'm going.
Now, when I listen, what I hear you say is that, look, vaccines are drugs. We need a measured response and when do we use this? It's interesting that the United States has put age 65 and older for COVID vaccine. UK has chosen 75 and France 80. Obviously, scientists disagree.
Go for it.
You're going like this. That is, you promised that you would not take away vaccines from anyone who wanted them. You just changed the classification of the COVID vaccine.
I'm not taking them away from people, Senator.
It takes it away if you can't get it from your pharmacist.
On that last clip, the only thing they did say, they said it was clearly RFK against Big Pharma, that it was all about money. And I just went ahead, they talk about the hep shot, and they talk about, well, if the mother doesn't have it, there's a lot of shots that we don't actually need. But anyways, I'm with just choice. Choice is good enough for me. But if you listen closely, he tells how much money she's taking, and she does not respond.
Most Americans are going to be able to get it from their pharmacy for free. Most Americans will be able to get it from their pharmacy for free.
The question is, everyone who wants it, that was your promise.
I know I didn't. I never promised that I was going to recommend products for which there is no indication.
When you said,
and I know you've taken $855,000 from pharmaceutical companies, Senator.
Did you hold up a big sign saying that you were lying when you said that? Because you are the one who said you would not take them away. Now, Senator,
I'm not taking them away from anybody.
Secretary,
you want me to indicate a product for which there is no clinical data? That's the question.
Senator,
is that what you want?
Secretary Kennedy, you said you wouldn't, and now you did.
I'm not taking them away. Everybody can get access.
She's a pharma pawn.
Oh, and he said it. He said you took $855,000 from the pharma.
Yeah. By the way,
and she didn't even pause to address it. It's just like
it was skip
She
right
knows.
by it.
Do you think the big pharma, like people in the company, let's say it's Pfizer, do you think when they know this hearing is coming, they talk to her and they say, hey, say X, Y, and Z and do this? Or does she already have her marching orders, Tom? Like she should already know that she's going to fight for them, or do they give her like some coaching?
Well, marching orders.
Is this total 2024?
Okay, so if you guys don't mind, let's just go ahead and do the one with the graph, and then I'll get out of here for a minute again. It's just a couple right here. This graph is something else. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people already know it, but just seeing it.
Elizabeth Warren?
I looked it up this morning so we could look at it right now. I brought some receipts. $388 million in 2024. And look at 23 and 22. When the COVID vaccine was, the debate was shifting as to maybe the stuff wasn't right. Maybe the stuff is causing heart failure. Maybe this thing's starting other thing. $388 million flowed in. And ladies and gentlemen, you have pharmaceutical research manufacturer, lobbying group, pharmaceutical care management society, lobbying group, Amgen, company number 1, 11.7 million, Roche, company number 2, Merck and Pfizer, vaccine makers, 9.1 million, right together. There they are, folks. And now let's go look over at those who received the money, Rob.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
There you go.
We have another link of the people that have actually received the money. There is a separate link. Oh, okay. Hang on.
Yeah, why he's looking for that? Go ahead.
And basically, one of the guys, Bennett, that was coming unglued, received very little pharma money last year, but over the course of his campaigns, he was like number 1.
Wow.
And so, come on. And Elizabeth Warren, and you found the tweet where the guy had dug up open secrets.
Yeah.
And this is Mike. Guys,
Mike Benz posted a photo.
Did you send that to Rob?
I sent it to Rob.
Rob with the red arrow?
Yeah, I sent it to Rob. This is Mike Benz posted this, and it's Big Pharma paid what he's claiming, and what that's from Open Secrets.
Here we go.
Look
Now
how much
this
money they gave Elizabeth Warren.
Now let's look at it, not just everybody on the lobbying pat. Now let's go look at who got it.
Yep. Wow.
Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren. Wow.
Tim Kaine. Weird.
And did you see Bernie Sanders was sitting right next to her?
And you know what the trouble thing is, Tom? And
Are they mostly Democrats here is what I'm seeing?
Yeah.
So, like they said, they were just sitting right next to them. And it's just kind of funny because they're the ones taking the money. They're the ones fighting against them. It's like so see-through. Anyways, I think he's talking. I wonder which one he's talking about. Vinny, I bet. That's what he said right to her face, and she didn't even respond, Mary. And yeah, and I think that if anybody's really looking at what it's like, clear that it's like he's fighting against the deep state, against big pharma, against. They don't care about us, man. And I think all these things going on are a big deal. I think it's good news, and it makes me hopeful that things are going to be better and be brought to light also. Did you guys fall asleep? I played the clips for 2 minutes.
I'm here just listening.
All right. We need to say Virginia's name about 10 times or she's not going to show up.
Virginia Roots. Virginia Roots. Virginia Roots.
I don't know what the exact number is, but there's got to be a number. You have to say it a certain amount of time. And then it happens every time. You got to admit you've noticed.
Yeah.
You'll say it again. And then the last time you say it, she just appears in the chat. It's hilarious. And I love it.
You have to say starfish or something. Something.
Starfish. Maybe that'll do it. No.
Yeah, I sent her a message this morning. She said her phone's been blowing up all day because of the recent assassination. Yeah.
Wow.
It's a lot.
She might be hanging out, just recovering or something.
Right. It is a lot. It's a lot to take in. 5 chocolate starfishes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean,
there is a lot going on.
Yeah, there is.
Definitely.
You know, Bonnie, I really try to avoid this kind of stuff as much as I can. And I do have a chest full of anxiety today because of this. And so what I do, you know, my channel's primarily a prepper channel and daily vlog and all that. And when I feel anxiety, I start working on projects to prepare for power failure or whatever else. Like right now, I'm splitting wood, you know, for my paint can stove so I can cook and power down. You know, that's
Mhm.
that's what I do. I get busy. I get my hands busy and start doing things that will better my own position. You know, that
That's the best thing to do.
I think so. Thank you.
Well, and even small things like cleaning up the house or something like dishes, it's kind of cool how it keeps your hands busy, keeps your mind busy. And as you go and start to clear out that sink, you start to get that, oh, I'm accomplished feeling. Even if it's something small, when the task starts to be done, you can visually see the progress you've made. And that kind of helps because I have anxiety and I'll do something like that. And it's like, I'll be cleaning up, and as things start to look better, the anxiety gets a little bit better. It like works together. You're getting something done, you know?
Yeah.
And then that's the thing with my plants too. That's a good place to put my energy. It's like they give it right back, you know? They really do put off some sort of energy. I don't know.
Yes.
Quite how to explain it.
Plants
But-
are a living being, Bonnie. You know, Cola. They really are. They're a living being. And
Yes.
I was, you know, in my situation with all those homeless getting planted here in my small town, I was just about recovered from that because I had very tight chest and now this Charlie Kirk thing, it's like
heartbreaking.
I think tomorrow after I get out and do some exercise, I'll probably sit on my back deck, and I like to play my drum and just play along with some music on my headphones and just, you know, kind of chill. That's
Yeah. It's funny. Sometimes when I'm going through clips and stuff and I'm trying to get a show together, like it's not always going to be everything's positive. And sometimes I got to take breaks from that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And things in real life happen that like I don't even share online. But it's funny how something bad can happen, you know, and then changes happen because of that bad event, but then good happen because of it. It's amazing the way that stuff happens, you know? Like, you know, for an example, like, you know, something's going on and I don't know. I don't want to say anything personal, but like there can be good come out of all kinds of bad things, even in your real life. And I've had some of that lately. I need to do that.
Silver lining.
Think about it. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I can see why my wife told me many years ago she likes to wash the dishes. And because she
Bless
says
her heart.
well, she does. She because it with the warm water and the soap and the water running, and she washes them by hand, and it gives her, she says it gives her time to think and problem solve. So, yeah, we've got a deal worked out where I do the laundry. You know, I'm retired, and she washes the dishes, and then she puts them out to dry, and then I put them away. So it works out well for us.
I enjoy doing the dishes also. There's
Well-
is something relaxing about it. And
Y'all are better than me. Sometimes. You mean to tell me neither one of you, as much as okay, well, not he's saying his wife, but you, Bonnie, like, yeah, for the most part. But you're never just like, God, I don't want to do those.
Of course.
See, I have those. I go back and forth. I'll have the like accomplished feeling or want to do it or just be like extra ahead of it on top of my game, start the day and do them or something.
Yeah.
But like sometimes I just look and be like, oh, I don't want to do those.
Yeah.
Eventually you do them. Okay.
it's something about getting rid of the dirt, the crud, the whatever's on them, and just seeing them sparkle in the drainer. I don't know. When I was bedridden, I could not wait to get up and do the dishes. That was my first goal.
Oh, I'll bet. Anything would be a relief, you know.
I couldn't wait to cook again when I wasn't feeling real good. But
Yeah,
I didn't miss
cooking
the dishes. I can't say I was like, man, I want to get up and do them dishes. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I've never used a dishwasher. I have one. Don't use it.
Oh my gosh.
It's so quicker just to wash them. You're washing them off to put them in the dishwasher. Make that make sense. No.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
That's terrible. Y'all see this? Did you guys see this? TMZ show was caught clapping and cheering when the news of Kirk's death came in. Look, I don't like a lot of people on the left, but I would never clap or cheer if someone was shot on the left. I can't I can't
No.
take that in. I didn't see that. Did you guys see that?
Who is this person?
TMZ entertainment show was caught clapping and cheering when the news of Kirk's death came in. That's
No, there's
despicable,
nothing.
man.
There's nothing good about that whatsoever. You know,
It's
that's
freaking
evil.
awful.
That's freaking evil, man.
Oh my gosh, just for oh Lord. When I was married, I had a dishwasher, but my ex didn't like her. That's pretty good though. Yeah.
And yeah, it's an uphill battle. I believe there's a lot of good versus evil going on. But we're going to climb that mountain. It seems like a downhill slope, but we're going to get there.
I was totally not going to play this next clip, but based on just, it's funny. Sometimes shit is like meant to be or like almost serendipitous. And that's a stretch. But like y'all say words like demonic and this and that, and it's evil. And that is literally the clip I was going to play, but I was like, nah, I'll skip it. That's what they're talking about. This person that used to be in the health services and how exactly what you guys are saying. But this is more about the shots in that, but it's still, they using the same term. So I'm like, screw it. Maybe I am supposed to play this last little clip. It's the same, what we were watching, but it's just a different spot. I was totally gonna, well, shoot. See, Yorga's not here to hoot on me either. That he's growing a beard. I'm taking so long. I keep thinking I'm there and it's the wrong part. So I'm getting it ready first. Did y'all ever hear that before, hooting on somebody? That's what,
no.
Yeah,
No,
I got that from Yorga too.
That's got to be a Southern thing, I would think. I would guess.
I never heard of it. It was Yorga. Now I only said it because I was talking about Yorga, and he always talks about hooting on somebody.
See, and I don't consider Virginia South. Like
people don't think Kentucky South, and like it. They
I do.
I do too. But like people argue about that, like here and outside of here, and I'm like, well, what? It's weird. When it's like, you know, people live on both sides of the aisle. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on now that it took me 7 minutes.
And I still never heard of hooting on people. Is that what you said? Hooting on?
Yeah. Well, he said he heard it from a specific person. Yeah, I know. We're bringing it back. We're making it. You know. That.
Can you get arrested for hooting on somebody?
No, but we also determined that some people are unhootable. You know, there's some people can't take a joke, so you can't pick on them. So I don't know. We were having fun with it one day, talking about the unhootable. I freaking love Yorga. I think we just bored or it's time for bed. Or
So
something.
it means joking on someone.
Yes. That's what I was
Okay.
saying. Anyways, he would have been hooting on me saying, "Oh, my beard's growing," because I took so freaking long. But
And it's not just big pharma. Like, I mean, it is big
Immediately
pharma.
we forgot about that.
But look at the people that are aligned in these. Like, look at what some of the CDC people have. Like, when I take like Trump and RFK mainly, they're not battling just politics. These are some disgusting, I believe, demonic forces that are kind of behind it. And you know, the big pharma's cash cow is on the line. Like, look at you guys. This guy just quit. Pat, do you see this? Dr. Dimitri Deskaskalakis, whatever. He's a self-proclaimed Satanist with a bondage fetish who he thinks calling women mothers is outdated, and he wants 6-month-old babies injected on government. This guy.
Who is this guy?
This guy was a top dog at the CDC. A big guy. He just, Adam, you want that guy in charge of telling you what's going to go in your body or not?
I needed more information.
Well, that's the guy. That's doctor. He just
doesn't seem like I want to take advice from him.
He just quit because
Satanist?
because they refused to bow down to the agenda, and he stormed down. He claims science is under attack, and he's smearing RFK. He's crying that Kennedy might delay the hepatitis B vaccine at birth, which I agreed should be done. And then Rand Paul actually came out, Pat, and he said, and I quote, "No medical reason." There's no medical reason to give newborns hepatitis B vaccine if the mother is not infected. All mothers who deliver in a hospital are tested. This scientist's fetish, he's talking about this doctor, for vaccines is not supported by the data. So what would make that guy want to keep pushing and keep yelling and quit? Why, Adam? Why would he do it? Because he's, to me, my opinion, he's getting paid by somebody to tell him to say what he's saying.
Benny, all I know is one thing.
What?
Trust the science.
Yeah, well, that guy, I don't want.
We know that.
I don't want that guy telling me what to put on my kid.
Big Pharma. Elizabeth Warren allegedly is on her 400th booster this week.
Yeah,
Let's
she's
see how
probably
she
taking
ends
one
up.
right now.
Yep.
By the way, good for Bobby, RFK
Love
Jr.,
it.
for doing what he's doing. And we hope he goes all the way through with what he's challenging the other side to do.
No, and I do too. But yeah, they were talking about, you know, Satanists and stuff like this. And it's like, I don't know. It was just weird because I was like, I'll just skip that. You guys started talking about demonic warfare, and I'm like, man, that is totally what the next clip I was going to play was. Well, why not?
Yeah, RFK might be the next one.
Oh my gosh.
Just saying.
That's what I'm. And who else? Somebody just said something recently, and I keep saying, oh, okay, Jim Brewer, which I actually, hopefully we get to that. It's not political at all. It's just some of his story, but he recently was talking about Michelle Obama, you know, and the whole, let me see. He actually even played my clip. Not the whole.
No, Michelle is a tramp.
And that's a longer clip, but basically that says it all. And he just recently talked about that. And like, I don't think you're supposed to do that. I feel like they're going to, like us on these little channels and stuff like that. It's a little different, but he's way up there. He's not supposed to be doing that stuff. They're going to come for him, I think. I hope not. But anyway.
Well, definitely keep up positivity, because in living life, smiling, being happy, that's what I think keeps evil away. They don't like that. They want you miserable. They want you
low vibrational, right?
Yes.
And it happens, like when something like this death happens, how easy is it to get angry? And anger is a low vibration, you know, but how easy is it to be like, man, F that, you know, and just be pissed off about it. But it doesn't really help anything to be pissed off, you know. I like that there's retribution, there's something going to happen of it, but the anger is low vibrational. It sucks, but it's true, you know. I don't know. Send love. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, it is hard when things aren't going to be perfect. I wish that, I mean, I don't know. I hate to say that. Like maybe one day they will, but I have not experienced it yet for things to be perfect. You know, that's a little more positive than I can even stretch for, but
it'll never be perfect. I mean, even if we went straight to the Constitution and we're living by the Constitution, there's still going to be people who are not happy with that. So I can't see everyone ever being completely happy with the way everything is going.
Oh, no, I'm not completely happy with everything, but I find things I'm happy with, and I try to send my energy there instead of dreading or stressing, which I've done both ways. I'm just saying, like, I go both ways. No, I have definitely, though, been there, and I get pulled there. But I got another one for you. This is Dan Bongino, and people are always like, when's someone going to go to jail? When's somebody going to face something? I mean, no, it's not Barack Obama, at least yet. I don't know if, you know, Jeff B says that. I don't know if that's going to happen, but it is an arrest, and it is about, I'll just let him, I'll botch it. I'll just let him play this short little clip. I mean, it's small, but it's not really small either. It's something. And if this little dominoes, you know.
Deputy FBI director has announced another bombshell case. And this one, well, it's going to put the hairs up on the back of your neck. But thankfully, we've got men in charge like FBI Director Kash Patel and Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino, who are restoring the FBI's mission of taking out bad guys. And this one, well, he's going to prison. Well, before we get into the story, please like, share, and...
Okay, let's go ahead and jump. Chill out, little man. Little doggies.
Case of the State Department employee who's going to jail now. He is a prime example. You know, he's not the only one. You know that there are dozens, if not hundreds of more people who work in the State Department and throughout the U.S. government who will take that slimy CCP money.
He took, I guess I missed it. Hopefully they'll go back over it, but it's treasonous acts and he is going to go to prison, not for very like 2 years or something, but it's still prison time. But hopefully they
sell out the United States because, you know, they just don't teach patriotism like they used to in our foreign service academies and in our universities, Georgetown, Yale, Harvard. They don't teach you to be loyal to the United States. They could care less. They don't care if the United States succeeds or if it's the American people are safe. What do they care, right? But Dan Bongino, he has sent a message to people in the United States government that treason will not be tolerated and you will be held to account. And that may include prison time.
And like I said, it's not the end all be all. It's not and everybody will say whatever they'll say, but it's a step in the right direction. And it is something. People say, when's anyone going to do any time? There's some time. It may not be enough. It may not be the right position of person, but it's a step in the right direction. And they have people subpoenaed, and supposedly there's all this secret grand juries going on. And I still haven't heard anything, like 2 or 3. And I need to write stuff down in a separate notebook besides, to remind myself of things. Cause I know I heard more than one official person like in the government saying about these. One of them was on the Megyn Kelly show. She had a guest on and they talked about these secret grand juries that were going on. And that's why they're working. Cause they're meant to be secret. Well, it's like, that sounds like a big deal to me. And I'd like to know who it involves and what it's about, but I guess that goes against secret. But hopefully we'll find out soon.
Yeah, think so. My dad was a really wise man, and he told me a long time ago, don't worry, because things work out one way or another. Things always work out.
Yeah, I agree. So, but let's see.
While we're praying, serenity prayer.
Yes.
Always.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Because some things we just can't change. And I saw somebody say earlier, and Bob, I know this doesn't apply to you. I know you're going through a lot. But how many people are really seeing a terrific amount of bad things going on around them? I mean, I leave my door unlocked. I walk around outside. Usually alone. Sometimes. Well, okay. Depends on whether it's day or night. I mean,
right. I don't have very much go. I'm in the country, and I think that's part of it too. It's your location where you're at, and the city is worse. And Kim, I agree with you. I think gratitude is such a higher vibration than fear or jealousy, envy, all these lower. You just get to grateful, and you're starting to move into the higher vibration. So some people are low vibrational and don't even know it. And if you feel like maybe that's you, the first place for me, I'm not trying to talk down to anybody. I'm just saying the first place that I started, because I was a super negative person. A lot of people probably don't, I don't come across that way, but I was. And the first thing that I learned to do was be grateful, have gratitude, and that raises your vibration, and it go from there, but that's a good place to start if you're, and to, guard your thoughts. And watch how you talk to yourself, because we do in our minds, we think aloud. You got to watch how you talk to yourself. And that's where I started, was trying to be grateful, because no matter how bad things are, there's so much to be grateful for. Always.
Negative self-talk is very harmful. Negative self-talk is very harmful. You've got to be able to stop it, pinch it off as soon as you start doing it. Yeah.
That's why I used to have positive affirmations on sticky notes stuck all around my bathroom mirror. So every morning when I was in there getting ready, brushing my teeth and everything, I would just start reading them and start the day with, nope, there's nothing anyone's going to do or say to me that's going to change the way I feel about myself or about my beliefs or anything. And so I just keep marching on. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm I'm not. It's not. That's not what rules me. And I really think that if all the states were allowed to carry, like a lot of us,
Yep.
that people would be more hesitant to commit crimes. I really believe that. And I really think that that's why the Second Amendment comes up so much, because they know that. And I know it sounds crazy, but it almost seems like they don't want to see crime go down. They want to have a reason to.
I feel like it's crumbling, though.
Take a
I mean, personally, I do. And because I'm watching all these random little things that are like puzzle pieces. And that's something else I got, if you guys are interested, is with the Biden pardons. There's a lot to that. Now that, okay, a lot of people aren't following it. It's the same lawyer guy I like to follow. He tells you about 4 or 5 names that were authorized to do the signature. We're starting to learn all the things that were going on behind the scenes. And so those pardons that, like J6, for example, that might not count. So, and they did, those things were crimes too. I mean, there was a lot going on. And I think a lot of it was conspiracy, because they were afraid for the system to be changed or things to be done differently. And they wanted to keep him out so badly, which to me is testament to him trying to fix things, because that's why they don't want him in there, because he doesn't do what he's told. And anyways, things are still coming out like left and right. What is this one? I'm trying to see what I've got before. It's
James, I don't understand that at all.
Approval for a presidential signature, people who can authorize. All right, just so you know, something I didn't know this. I just found this out. I didn't. Grateful you will be. Okay, Yoda. Yeah, helping people does make a difference. Yeah, I didn't see Hawk's video today. I wish I did.
It does.
I agree too.
That's what we were talking about somewhere. That
backstage, we get on these same topics. We all do. That's where we get along. We do agree about, the negative and the positive and the vibrations. Like, we might disagree politically some ways, but when we get on that topic, that's when we really do agree. And we're like in concert with each other on that one.
Yes.
And Virginia too, wherever Virginia is, just saying. Oh, very true, Karen. Okay, real quick, you guys. I'm going to put this little segment. Hopefully it's not too long. I do try not to bore y'all and play really long things, but
here, we got this email, January 17th. It's like a memo, rather, from the Biden-Harris stolen transition team. Oh, gosh, I've got flashbacks to this. This is a memo. As soon as they're getting ready to come in, right? Biden will be sworn in on the 20th. And this is a memo for the director of the Office of Records Management. And the subject is approval for presidential signatures. So how do we handle Biden's signatures? Well, the following individuals are authorized to approve use of Biden's signature pen in areas of responsibility as noted. Wow. So the chief of staff can sign everything. Staff secretary can sign.
One of the things that you'll notice if you go I'm not going to play it all. I'll put this video in the chat for anybody interested. It changes. They keep changing it, and it's really just freaking cringy, like for real. But this is, and he dates and shows you each email or memo or whatever, and you watch from the time he came in all the way to when they know that Trump has won the presidency. And that's when all the pardons start, right? You can watch it's insane, you guys. You got to check all this out. But I'm just going to play a couple little parts and get over it. But I'll put the whole thing in the chat for you guys.
Everything. Deputy staff secretary can only be signing things that are.
These are people like that is not the president, but apparently these were the president and other people too.
Are under the staff secretary, then the executive clerk goes under the staff secretary, and these other people have different responsibilities. Now, if individuals other than those seek authorization, send them to me, okay? But the chief of staff and the staff secretary can just sign documents to approve use of presidential signature pen in areas of responsibility. Wild. If individuals other than those want approval, let us know. We're not going to give you verbal authorization. This memo supersedes any item on the same subject. So that's before he comes in. Then we get another decision memo. So this is February something that happens in 2021. So just maybe a month later. We don't have the exact date. There's another memo for the president now. It's not the transition anymore. It says, we are now approving the routine use of document signatures by autopen. It says, here's the statement of the purpose of this memo. Writing, this memo proposes general guidelines for which documents should be hand signed by you and which documents may have your signature affixed by use of the autopen. And this is for the president. Okay, so the you is Joe. And it's funny because remember on his little cheat sheet card they used to give him, he would say in that, we would see the text that would say, you stand here, you introduce yourself. Then he will introduce himself. And it was like paint by numbers. It was ridiculous. Now, in addition,
Yes, he was clearly a puppet. He goes on
Absolutely.
and they talk about things that can be signed by the autopin, and one of them is a disaster or emergency can be decided by some of these people. It's freaking insane. I'm skipping far ahead though to one of the things that I think was one of the bigger deals, which is where they talk about he might not have even been there when these things were signed or whatever. And see, this stuff is coming out. This is, not just gossip or conspiracy. He shows the receipts here. And this is what they're doing that, the news isn't really telling us about, but this is what is happening. You know what I mean? Like, this is real.
or emails because the clock has not run out yet. Then on January 19th, 2025, it says, hi,
Towards
Steph
the
and
end.
Fiona. On January 19th, okay, clock is ticking. POTUS met with Ed, Bruce, Steve, Annie, and Anthony, and the president decided the following clemency actions. And they're doing a good job papering the records. Like Joe decided all of this. The president decided to grant a pardon to this guy, Ernest. And the president decided to rescind his approval for Don. I don't know what Don did. Now, the president decided to grant, look at this, preemptive pardons to the following individuals: James Biden, Sarah Jones Biden, Valerie Biden Owens, John T. Owens, Francis W. Biden, going all the way back to 2014. A criminal family. Joe Biden said he was never going to do that or pardon Hunter. He pardoned his whole friggin' family. In addition to the president's decision to grant preemptive, right? They say this constantly. Joe Biden decided it. I'm sure he did. Pardons to the members of Congress and the January 6th Select Committee. Okay, they're all a part of this decision. So this decision and this meeting is critical. Now we want to know, okay, on January 19th, so who was actually in that meeting? Who was there? And they then approved it. The president decided on January 19th to grant also to the following individual pardons: the Metro Police and the Capitol Police officers who testified before the J6 committee. And then we get a little bit more. Now, this is a curious one. We did not find specific meeting notes that clearly mention or note that the president was present. He wasn't there at the meetings. That's curious. Here is more.
And then let's see. Verbally might have been there. They talk about he had a head wound at one point. Okay. All right. I'm going to jump to one more, and then I am going to just throw this in the chat for you guys, because this one was pretty interesting too. Something about a lie or something like this. It has nothing to do with, it was just interesting, so I saved it.
Just because he cracked his head open or something, but doctors can be the judge of that. But here's what the president is up to right now. So he's got skin cancer, prostate cancer, early onset dementia, and all of the things. And he was just in charge of the entire country because the Democrats were lying to us about his capabilities. But Comer was out earlier in the week, and he said this when he was having a conversation about the status of this investigation into the corrupt Bidens.
And can you give us a status check on where you are in this investigation?
Yeah, well, these are the last three that we have scheduled transcribed interviews for. We may expand it, but thus far, we're going to have interviewed close to a dozen former Biden staffers, high-level staffers. I mean, these are from chiefs of staff, the White House spokespeople. And what we're trying to determine is whether or not Joe Biden had any idea who was using that autopin and what was being signed with his name on that autopin. And thus far, Maria, we haven't gotten a lot of evidence that would suggest he had any clue as to what was going on. And the reason this investigation is important is because all of these pardons, the thousands of pardons that were signed with the autopin, as well as the legal documents like the executive orders that were signed with the autopin, these are all in question now. And I think that this investigation will go a long way in determining whether or not President Trump and the courts can declare all of those pardons and executive orders null and void.
Man, that would be an epic reversal. Liz Cheney, Adam Schiff, they're all just sleeping in their beds, nestled all cozy right next to their pardons. And then we learn they're invalid and you just rip them away from Liz. Oh gosh, I can't wait.
While he was seeing his memory decline and his overall health decline, is that what you have taken away from this?
Yes. And, we had the doctor in, Dr. O'Connor. We asked him a simple question. Were you ever told to lie about President Joe Biden's health? And he pled the Fifth Amendment. I mean, he couldn't even answer that question. So we brought in a lot of
Public
people
servant.
that we know used the autopin. They were the ones who physically put the
I
document.
don't know if y'all heard that.
Were you ever told to lie about President Joe Biden's health? And he pled the Fifth Amendment. I mean, he couldn't even answer that question. So we brought in.
Was he ever told to lie about his health? So now we know that he was. I mean, this stuff is crazy.
A lot of people that we know used the autopin. They were the ones who physically put the documents and hit the power button to sign Joe Biden's name. And they never saw Joe Biden. President never said, here, sign my name on this autopin or whatever. So we're trying to find who that person was that started this chain of events that resulted in documents being signed with the autopin. We had Ian Sams, who was a huge critic of me during the Biden investigation, who was a huge critic of the Her Report, who would go on TV constantly and say he spoke with Joe Biden and Joe Biden's at the top of his game. He said under oath, he only physically met with Joe Biden, looked him in the eye, spoke to Joe Biden 2 times over a 2-year period. But yet he would go out almost on a daily basis and imply to the world that, yeah, I've been with President Biden and he's at the top of his game. So there was clearly a cover-up of Joe Biden's mental decline. What we're trying to get down to is the specific instances when Joe Biden's signature was used on the autopin. And just last week, Maria, there was a letter that surfaced from the Department of Justice, from the Merrick Garland Department of Justice to the White House saying, look, you can't use that autopin on legal documents. So they were warned from their own Department of Justice about overusing that autopin, yet they continue to do it.
Unbelievable.
Crazy. We said the right. Did anybody count how many Virginias that was? Damn it.
I've been down there like 45 minutes.
No, you haven't. That
Yeah,
video was like 2 minutes.
No, I popped up right when you started playing that last one. So
Okay.
hi everyone.
Well, we didn't count. It's like fucking 42 or some shit. It ain't like 2 or 3. She
Something
likes
like
to say
that. Yeah.
50, 11 times and shit.
It's good to see everybody.
Good to see you.
We were talking about vibrations and all kind of stuff. I said that's where we all agree about. We may not get along on all the political things, but when it comes to like the energy and we talk about these things, like we all agree about that. There's something to it.
Yeah.
And I think you do learn as you get older. I think when I feel like if I was ever low vibrational, it's when I was young, like definitely in my 20s. I was a good person, but I was negative. I thought negative and I was a lot different. And as you get older, I think we change, a lot. We look at things. We what's that introspection, looking at ourselves and stuff. It's kind of crazy. Like sometimes when you are so low vibrational or you're like judging other people or looking out, it's because you're unhappy with you, but you're too immature and young to realize it. So you think it's everybody else. I don't know. That's kind of how it seemed to me. Like I cut
Yeah,
people
I was a lot
like crazy
feistier
nowadays.
younger. And I'm still feisty, but when I was younger, it was much different. I wasn't into politics at all, but I was just feisty in general,
Yeah, I wasn't into politics either, Virginia. I didn't. That's what I mean. We changed. Now I'm I think differently. It does matter. When I was younger, I'm like, it doesn't matter. Who cares? Who cares? Whatever. I'm going to live forever. I was an idiot when I
You
was
don't
young.
have to pay attention to politicians, but they're paying attention to us, and they are pitting us against each other in a major way, in every way they can.
I mean, Charlie Kirk thing is a lot. Like
Absolutely. Absolutely right.
Yeah. If
The-
not,
and
what
the ones who are the worst, who do it more than anybody else, is the goddamn mass media. Those
Yes.
people are so fetid and disgusting. I cannot watch that. I can't. I just can't do it.
The what?
To watch the mass media.
Oh, media. Yes.
Yeah, I can't. I can't watch it. It makes me physically ill.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame you. It is hard to watch. Let's see. Speaking of, hold on, is that muted? Good. Speaking of good vibrations, surely you have something funny in here, right? Somewhere, maybe. I did the blonde one, Virginia. I did think that was pretty funny. I'll play it again backstage or something if you did.
Yeah, that was
stupid.
good.
I did catch it. Actually, I was listening. I was fighting my printer. I'm trying to print something off and I cannot get my printer to cooperate. So I have been listening and I was just so frustrated, and I was opening up all these windows trying to troubleshoot it. And so that's what took so long. But Yes,
okay.
that blonde. I hope she can operate the toaster. I mean, a toaster is a dangerous thing. If you think about it, man, toasters.
I stick a knife down in it or something.
Man.
So the clip I found, this girl says she's Mr. T's daughter, but she's also funny. Like, I think she really is. I don't know why. That's the whole joke, is like, why would I lie, right? And it's so funny because you guys know something I told y'all backstage where I met somebody famous, and like I was in high school and I was telling people and they're all like, you didn't meet him. You didn't meet him. And I'm all like, if I was going to lie, I would have said like Brad Pitt or something. Jeez, you know, it was like a young child star that wasn't even one of the big, like he was in a group with other child stars. Everybody on the show was more famous. He was barely on the show, but I did meet him and nobody believed me. And something about this clip just brought that back. Cause that's what why would I lie? If I was going to lie, why would I choose Mr. T? Right. There's gotta be somebody better to pretend to be his child. And something about that struck me. Oh, look who it is. Hey, D. Winners are the devil's roots. You know this. Sad day for America. That's right, D. It really is. I'm going to play something corny. Like I said, something funny because we've been on deep topics and, you know, why not? I don't want to forget. That's what usually happens. I play all the serious stuff and then the funny stuff. I'm like, oh, I forgot that. Anyway.
Yeah. Mohawk culture. Most people think I'm lying when I say that. My dad is Mr. T. Yeah, Mohawk culture. Most people think I'm lying when I say that, but I'm like, why would I pick him? Like, who the fuck is lying about this? Right? And I grew up in the 80s and 90s, so either everyone believed me or no one believed me. Like, there was no in between. I grew up in a very wealthy neighborhood, so everybody believed me there because they were like, why the fuck else is your black ass here, right? Like, when I was a kid, we lived on the south side of Chicago, and like, I get it. Like, I'm a black girl at an all-black school, and I'm trying to explain to my friends that the reason why they've never seen my dad before is because he's doing WrestleMania with Hulk Hogan, right? Like, everybody was like, shut the fuck up, Erica, right? And those right? So I got this complex, and this is for real. My friends will tell you, or like people I meet. If I'm on stage, I'll talk about my dad, but I never tell people like who my dad is or like stuff I've seen because no one ever believes me, and they like really don't. Like, I will give you an example, like because like when I was in kindergarten, first grade, like kids kind of like ostracized me and wouldn't talk to me because I was like little lion ass Erica, you know, like they didn't believe me. And so this one weekend, all right, I'm telling you guys this. Don't tell anybody the story, but this one weekend went to this WrestleMania event with my dad, and he was partners with Hulk Hogan, right? And my dad, it was the first time I was seeing wrestling live, right? So my dad's like, don't worry about it. It's fake. He's telling me, I have a sister who's 8 years older than me. He's like, oh, don't worry about it. It's all fake, whatever, blah, blah. And he's in this wrestling match with this guy named Roddy Piper. Do you guys know who that is? Okay. And it's another dude or whatever, right? So my dad gets into the ring and immediately Roddy Piper flips my dad in a way and he cracks my dad's ribs, right? So my dad has to go to the emergency room, right? So me and my sister are crying, whatever. They take my dad to the ER. They bring him back he comes back to the hotel room. He's all bandaged up. And like Hulk Hogan's in our hotel room and Hulk Hogan's doing like lines of cocaine, right? And he still has the yellow shorts on, right? And he's like, T, I'm gonna fuck him up when I see, I swear to God, I'm gonna fuck him up. And my dad's just like, oh God, my ribs hurt so badly, right? And then there's a knock at the door and it was Roddy Piper, right? And he goes, hey T, I'm real sorry about what happened. And Hulk Hogan's like, fuck that, and grabs Roddy Piper and brings him into the hotel room, throws him against the wall, smashes the mirror. They're beating him. My dad's trying to break it up. Hulk Hogan's wife, Linda's there, and she's like, Terry, stop, right? And I'm like, wow, I didn't know that was his name, right? So, and my mom is trying to make my dad stop, and they're just beating, and all this stuff is flipped over and shit like that. Me and my sister are crying, and then we get on a plane. We come back to Chicago. I go to class. We're sitting in a sharing circle, and the teacher's like, what'd you do this weekend? And I was like, not a fucking thing. I was there. Clark, thanks.
Not an effing thing.
Forget it. I'm not saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Just kind of lighten the mood. Okay, what did I miss? Let's see. Was flying to Chicago today and found out late about, yeah, that is so sad, man. And that's what I was saying. I don't guess you were here. I was saying, you know, that it would be so easy to just get angry. And I know we all did a little sad, angry, whatever, both of which are low vibrations, but you know, it is what it is. We're going to feel things, but I think it's important to, I don't know, just try not to stay there, not to dwell in those negative vibrations. Think of the good. I mean, whatever it is. They really just made anything he's ever said a bigger deal than it ever would have been. It's crazy. I hate saying that. I said it earlier, but it's true, right? there was even you remember, nobody's going to know this rap song. Was it Biggie? You're nobody till somebody kills you. It's a song. That's a rap song that literally the chorus is you're nobody till somebody kills you. And it's kind of a messed up thought, but
you can't just shut off your emotions though, because you're going to turn cold-hearted. I mean, it's a natural emotion when someone that you have listened to for years or, admire, is just, I don't know, someone who's stood for the cause, someone who's been a warrior for all.
Right. But he is immortalized. I'm not.
I understand that,
no matter what, but
you still can't help but feel sad about it. He's
absolutely
family,
I wish that somebody would send the message to the person that did this, that backfired, because it's not like you stopped something or stopped his message. Everybody is going to care more about every single thing this guy said because of what you did. And to me, that is a backfire. And like we were talking about earlier, it's sad no matter what, but there is something to that. It's the opposite effect than that person, whoever wished ill on him. That is the opposite effect. They wanted to stop him, shut him down, but he's immortal now because of that. At the same time.
I'll mention who I believe is behind it off the record. When we end the live, I'll talk about it a little bit. Yeah.
Speaking of when we end the live, it won't be much longer. We're going to still go for a little while, but when we end the live, come backstage, come introduce yourself. It's not there. There won't be people back there. It'll just be us. And, we enjoy meeting new people. We have fun back there. And if you can imagine being if you can imagine any of us being even more guard down, then that's what it is. We're more ourselves because we're not on a live stream. And we've made a lot of good friendships this way. And I just like to meet more people. I know there are people that probably sit and think about it and don't do it. I was one of those people. A couple of, I'm not going to say names. There's a lot of people who have just recently started popping up back. And it's so much fun to meet the new people, especially somebody we've known for years, but never had back. A lot of people have technical issues and can't, work it out. But it's so great to meet you guys. It really is. And we all started out in the chat, and it takes a little bit of courage, but backstage is a different vibe. It's like a fucking 4-way phone call, right? Or 5 or 6 if more people come back. It's different. And it is not as bad as you think. You'll probably really enjoy yourself if you've never been and you show up. Just putting out the offer to anybody. I'm not a mean person. I'll welcome anyone to come back and talk. Anyways, I'm done with that. Sorry. I just wanted to put that out there because a lot of times we might get one new person a month or something. People just don't, they're shy or they don't know how to work the technology or whatever it is. But I'm just trying to encourage anybody that's been thinking about it. We'd love to meet you. And hang out.
Oh my God.
Bonnie.
D.
What'd you say, Bonnie?
D. That comment, I just couldn't help but laugh. Shy D. Right.
Okay, what do you mean? Further down? I'm so slow.
Yes.
Further yes, I'm slow, Bonnie. Which one is it? Both.
It's the last one.
Trivia question: the 3 seashells. Sorry, I've got non-official undiagnosed ADHD by non-doctors, but trivia question: 3 seashells. That's from a movie. Virginia, you know this movie, right? Was it Demolition Man? Oh, I want a prize. What do I get? The seashell. Sorry, I would color, but I'm terribly shy. Oh, that's what you're laughing at. God, I am slow. You're not shy, T.
A shy violet.
2 in 1 chest modem router. Okay, Romano, where did you just pop out of nowhere? See what I mean? I swear. I think I was somewhere that he was on a panel, but I can't remember where. One time, but mostly I see him in chats. I got it. No, that wasn't. You weren't the one that asked the question, though. Shit. Okay, don't know how. Okay, well, James, you really just, whenever the link gets put out, you just click it. And the only thing is, the part that a lot of people have trouble with is where they want to, their device is not connected. And it's like, you just have to allow your microphone and your camera but you, even though you allow your camera, you can keep it off. You know what I mean? But you have to like do it, I guess, to get in the studio. What? It's Cheech and Chong, the one with Pee Wee? Oh, you mean I got it wrong? Who won a mini Zed? Was it Billy? Yeah. Okay. So I totally did get off track with that chick with the Mr. T thing, but I mean, I thought it was pretty funny. And there is one more thing that I wanted to get into, and I think everybody would enjoy it. I hope, anyways. I kind of hoped Craig would be here. Because it's about the guy Jim Brewer, and we just both like him a lot, you know. He might watch the replay.
Yeah, I like Jim.
Man, we're talking about finding silver linings and shit. That's what this whole little couple clips. I feel like the shortest I could make it is like 3 or 4 little clips. But the thing is, you know, it's 14 minutes long, so that is shaving time off. But you know, things. It reminds me of that movie with anger management, and they keep messing with Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson is messing with Adam Sandler, trying to make him angry. And like he's bugging him during the flight about a movie. He's like, "You're missing important plot points." I freaking love that part of the movie. I don't know why that made me laugh so hard, but you know, sir, it was just so funny. And that's kind of how it is with certain things. You got to get all the plot points. You can't miss. Anyways, I need that clip so y'all know what the hell I'm talking about. And the thing is, I always have more than I use, so it takes me a minute to find any. I need Yorga here to bitch at me and tell me he's growing a beard.
Yeah, where is Yorga? Dang.
He left early. I think he was bored, tired, something. But he was here for a little while. And I feel like everybody like has a certain like number of time they like to hang out, and then they're out of here. You know, Craig's is an hour. Yorga's is longer than that. And sometimes he makes it all the way through, which is like my favorite. I love it. It's kind of almost always shocks me because Yorga usually doesn't stay to the end. But every once in a while, there's like 2 or 3 different times he has, and they're always fun times. I love it when he does. But, you know, like I said, different sleep schedules, all kinds of things. Weigh in. All right, I'm going to skip weigh in. What's this one going to be about? Okay, I'm going to skip a lot of this. It is so cool. I'll put this in the chat so people can watch the whole thing too. But so basically he goes to his manager. I don't want to tell you anything. I haven't. He goes to his manager and he tells him this great idea about like this rock and roll mixed with stand-up comedy and a tour bus kind of show idea. And I'm kind of wondering if I'm gonna. Anyways, he thinks he fires the guy too, and he goes on and he gets somebody else basically famous with the same idea of his. While he's just kind of barely making money, this guy's got like $20 million signed on because of his idea, because he told this guy and he went, and I believe it. I'm not sure, but according to chat, I'm thinking it's Dane Cook. Chat thinks that the chat to this video thought it was Dane Cook. I was thinking Kevin Hart, because he did a thing on a tour bus, but maybe it was just you know, him copying or whatever. I don't know, but anyways, it's just really cool him explaining all this. I was just trying to skip some of it so we can get to the heart of it, but what the heck? I saw that earlier, Willard. That's really gross, and I totally read that earlier. It is, but so this is where he's so mad about it. He's found out, and he's very low vibrational in his basement, pissed off because he just realized that his idea is making somebody else like literally way more rich than him and famous and all this. And his wife is coming down to talk to him, and this is what he's talking about. And I think y'all will like it. It was really good. I'm going to share the whole thing.
All that. And my wife comes down. She's like, what are you doing, Jim? You don't understand. I'm taking them down, D. I'm taking them down. They stole this idea. And she says to me in the most calm manner, she went, Jim, let him have it. Let him have it? Is that what that's your solution? Let him have it. She went, Jim, God has you right where he wants you. I went, oh, not what I want to hear right now. Not what I want to hear. God has me right where he wants me, while they're making $20 million off of my money. I pitched an idea and he stole it. He stole it. He looked at my face. He saw it. He took it. He stole it. He sold it. They went to a network. He stole it. That's our money, D. That's our money. God has you right where he wants you. You said you wanted to be home around your family. You have your family. You said you wanted to live a simpler life. We're living a simpler life, Jim. You said you wanted to be close to your parents. Your parents are now 3 miles from us, so you can always check in on them. Let them have it. Let's see where they are 5 years from now, 10 years from now. She goes, Jim, I've never met anyone so creative in my life. If they have to take something in order to become something, that'll all come back to them in time. Oh, you have no clue how hard that is. But I trusted. Well, the best years of my life was living in that home in Chester, raising my daughters, and being close to my family, my mother, my father. Best years. And during that,
there's a couple more, but I love that guy. He's so, what's the word, animated. He went right back to show that emotion. But it's a really good story because it makes sense, and it's all about vibration. You know, he was like down low. He was ready to find a way to attack back, to take him down, to prove, look, I can show you with this notebook and that. And she flipped the script on him, and it's really cool the way it plays out. But I didn't know if you guys had any. I wanted to stop for a minute and see if you guys had anything to say about it.
Well, it is a silver lining, kind of a matter of perspective thing sometimes, you know. And it's like count your blessings. Sometimes there are blessings even in the dark clouds.
Good night, JM. Yeah, if I was a little more, I don't want to share some. I've had some of that lately where something was bad, but there was good about it. So, but I don't know. He actually won. I think he realizes it, and he's trying to explain that. Yeah, he didn't get the $20 million, but they explained what it's like. If he would have got that money, he would have been gone away from them, and he'd have had a different experience, and all he would have had was the money. He's got something that other guy doesn't have, and that's what he tells the rest of the story to. Good night, Karen. Man, we put everybody to bed, you know. We stay. I mean, for real, we'll be in here, and I just watch people one by one, you know, tap out, and I'm just like, okay, maybe but I think about starting a little earlier. I was going to put a poll up. I think I'll do it. This night wouldn't have worked, but I'll do it during the week if I can figure out how to do it to start an hour earlier. Because I don't know how people feel, but we could do that. I got a lot of, like, even Craig and Yorga, it's really late for them. So.
Yes, on the East Coast, it is late for them.
And we go so long, we end up on late no matter what time we start. You know? If we go for hours, if we start, 1 hour sooner.
I always miss Craig if he sings. Like, I'm usually here after Craig leaves, and I'm like, damn it, I know I missed a concert.
A concert? He did not sing. He did not sing.
Didn't sing. He didn't have a ditty tonight.
I love it when he does it, though. He is funny. So yeah, there's only a couple more, but okay. So we left off where she's basically like, just God has you where he wants you, and let's see where he ends up. Right? Is the last thing that they were doing. I'm just going to go ahead and go back to it.
Time. I watched the comedian who rose to the absolute top, and then whatever circumstances started crumbling. And I wouldn't wish that on anyone. And I saw the guy who I pitched it to slowly getting accused of things.
I wonder, Harvey Weinstein came to mind. Don't know if that's him or not.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I was thinking about just now, which I wasn't when I watched it the first time. Sometimes you get more out of it when you watch it again, but like also the things we know about like the inside of Hollywood and stuff, because he never like blew up off the scene. He maybe didn't experience some of those things. Like, remember it was a week or two ago, that guy talked about going to the top of that mountain, and there's just like a lot of weird stuff that goes on that he maybe did avoid. He never talks about it, you know. There's just he got the better path. He just didn't know it then. Anyways, I'm going to quit narrating and let him tell it because he's so good at it. Like, he's so animated too. I just love that about him.
And also slowly coming down. And during that period of time, I got to see my 3 daughters grow up. I got to be around family, and I even got to be there for my parents when they got older. You know, I begged God my whole life, I just want to be there when my dad passed, and I got to hold my dad to his last breath. I got to do all that. I got to be there with my mom when she passed. And that is greater than any dollar you can ever throw in front of my face. Now, I remember I had to go to California. I had to go to LA. I can't stand LA. And I checked into this hotel, really cool place, almost like little apartments. And went to the front desk and I said, hey, I know it's a little late, but is there anywhere to eat? He said, yeah, if you go out the front door and make a left and walk down the street, there's like a little taco pizza place. It's a lot of young people. I said, no, that's perfect. So I get out and go there.
Anyway,
man, I like tacos.
Where did that come from? Was it in chat or on the? He was talking about
Oh,
tacos.
it's just out of my head. I do like tacos because he said he went to a little taco place. He left the
Right. Well,
hotel.
yeah, it's really crazy though, because I really feel like that he just really described like that was a really like low vibration where he's like plotting. He wasn't just mad, angry, sad, feeling betrayed. He was plotting at their demise. He was going to take them down, you know? That's really low vibration. And if you look at him now, talking and recounting, he's in a different place. Like, he's got an amazing wife to be able to pull him down, pull him up like that. Oh yeah. So yeah, that's why I'm glad what's going on, because I didn't do it. And
Well, I'm trying to think of who he was in movies with. How long ago was the 20 million deal that he didn't get?
Oh Lord, I don't
can't
know.
remember what he said, but he was in like.
Yeah, it was speculated as Dane Cook in the chat. Also, we should go on because I want to ask your opinion and chat's opinion. There's like, you know how he's doing the little cartoon? There's a composite drawing. And I thought, is that Dane Cook? Because that's sure what chat thought it was. And it's definitely not Kevin Hart because it's a white guy. You know, so whoever it was is in anyways. This is the end, and this is where it all kind of wraps with a bow on top for him. And I just love this guy. I really do. I think it's amazing that he was able to see that, you know, because I could see still being petty and mad. Somebody else in the same situation is still bitching right now, and they didn't find the silver lining, and they're going, it should have been me. I tell you, I should have got that money. He's like, I won. Anyway, he is the higher evolved of the two categories. And I just love this guy. But anyways, here we go.
There and I walk in and I find this little booth and I sit down. And all of a sudden I hear,
oh shit, Yorga wants to see this.
Yorga loves Cadillacs.
I know.
Brewer. And I look up. Perfect. So I get out and go there and I walk in and I find this little booth and I sit down. And all of a sudden I hear, hey, Brewer. And I look up and it was the comedian, the entertainer that boom, and then went from the idea that I told my manager at the time about. And he says, with very genuine heart, hey man, I really admire what you did with your dad. I didn't get that. I wasn't around and when things happened.
He's Who do you think? I swear, I think he looks like the "My Name Is Earl" guy, but I think it's supposed to.
Oh, the "My Name Is Earl" guy. Yeah,
the main character.
But
But I think it's supposed to be Dane Cook. Usually, the chat is right, you know.
well, it says my manager scammed me out of 30 million, but he's also referring to a comedian. I guess it's two separate people.
Because the manager, he told the manager this really good idea, and then fired him, which is kind of like he talks about it a little bit more. Anyways, that manager took another comedian and gave him the idea basically, and that comedian's career blew up. He got a $20 million deal just for that idea. That was really Jim Brewer's idea. I don't know if the comedian even knows, but he's just basically telling him that he didn't get to have that with his dad, and he thinks it's really noble of him. He like heard through, you know, Hollywood or whatever. Here.
With very genuine heart. Hey man, I really admire what you did with your dad. I didn't get that. I wasn't around, and when things happened, I felt such a presence of healing. And I remember the words were overwhelming. I went right to the moment of my wife going, God's got you right where he wants you. And I got up and I gave him a hug. What are the chances of all that happening? Now, I will say this. I don't blame the manager at all. I don't blame anyone, because at the end of the day, that was me. I went with intentions to deceive him, which I never saw until I was healed down the road. And I was healed from that moment. I realized I don't blame him. But in the end, trusting what my wife says, God has you right where he wants you. Trust God in this. All that, you can label it however you want. That's funny how God works. Funny how God works. Wow.
I don't know. He felt like he was he got made out better for it. And I do too, honestly. Sounds like Snedeker. That's interesting. Oh my God, Billy.
Yeah, sometimes God throws you a curveball once in a while to, and you wind up right back getting what you were asking for, but in a far different way than you expected.
Right.
Yeah. I agree with that. And without going into, like, I have, talked to people like maybe in their 20s or whatever, and they're just down on life and they're upset about the way things are going. It just feels like their life's over. And it's hard to explain to them, like, you've got more than one lifetime ahead of you. Cause like, doesn't it feel like you've lived like 2 or 3 different big chapters? Like you have your, your adolescence and then your 20s, and it's like it's like whole lifetimes almost. And from when I was younger to now, this is the better one, and it's like, so if you're feeling whatever in your 20s or your 30s, it's like, just, you don't know what 40-year-old you or 50-year-old or 60-year-old you is going to be into or like, or how much things could get totally better. And a lot of times they do, because you evolve and figure out who you are and stuff. I mean, I never thought I would be the crazy plant lady. I was not into plants. I thought they were pretty. And I remember looking at beautiful plants and thinking, gosh, those are so beautiful. I could never have all that. I could never take care of that.
Right.
It just was my immediate thought. Because once again, I did have negative thinking. I'm sure I did. But it's like, dude, I totally do have that. And it was way easier than I would have expected. But I also didn't, I just didn't think, I'd never be able to do all that. And then look at me now. I love it. She might have shown the pimp hand, just saying.
Hey, Lauren.
Did I hear the story of the cardinal when his dad passed? Did you guys? I don't know.
No. But birds do tend to come around and talk to you around spiritual times. Are you talking about Jim Brewer's dad, Tubla, or am I missing something in chat?
Hold on, let me get back.
Oh, I think Tubla's talking about Jim. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yes. Got to keep the pimp hand strong. What is going on?
I don't know. I'm scared to ask. I feel like there's a circle jerk going on in there.
Right. So I'm so glad I got that out. A lot of times I'm always trying to put more in than I can, but I'm glad that got out. I know people may not have been that into it, but I really enjoyed how he changed his perspective and really realized he was the blessed one. Because I think we all could do that in certain ways. And it's like, you're the winner when you do that. Like, and no matter which way, even, I don't know. I just thought it was really cool. I really enjoyed it. And I know he actually did a live today and I didn't catch it because I had too many other things going on, trying to get ready for mine and all that. And I do want to put that whole entire, because there was a lot more to it. I just gave the cliff notes, so to speak. So I'm going to put this whole, he has his own channel. I'm going to throw that out too. If anybody wants to see the whole thing, I enjoyed it. I really like the way, he put a lot into that. Oh shoot. I thought I was done, but I forgot. There was stuff about Lil Nas X last week I didn't get to, Virginia, remember?
Oh, yes. Is he still in jail, or like I saw the original?
Man, I think I might be behind, but there's still more than where we left off. I just got to figure out where I freaking put it because it was for last week and I was like, I feel like something new. Now I'm confused. Okay, is this because there's new shit came out too? I think I just don't know if I'm caught up. But yeah, it's weird, man. That's what I'm saying about Jim Brewer. Like, he didn't probably rise the ranks the same way. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't get any great. He makes a living and he's okay in life, but he's not getting $20 million deals like that. I don't know about now. I don't think so, though. I think he's just kind of in the middle somewhere, which kept him out of those crazy worlds. You know what I mean?
He's one of the few that came out pretty clean. You know what I mean? Like, he does not have a reputation for any debauchery. And I remember, I think it was on Roseanne a couple of years ago on her podcast that he was talking about the things he had seen, some of the behavior on SNL and the people he knew, and it was pretty wild.
Surely I saw that.
It could be like 2 years ago. I don't know, girl, but it's really good.
I feel like I must have seen it, and then I do that a lot, and then I go, oh yeah, I did see that. But it's like there's so many crazy things going on. It's hard to keep up with them all, like even some of the conspiracy stuff that's like, whatever. So what's this? 4 felonies, some officers injured. Okay, I think this is somewhat new, but it's a week old new. You know what I mean? I could have showed it last week, and I just didn't get that far. But it's it's like super reheated nachos. That's what Tim would say, because this is this is PBD talking about it, and it's a week old, so it's like triple, quadruple old. But it is still interesting stuff, man. And if I don't do it now, I'll never do it. So we might as well.
Lil Nas X, whose real name is Montero Lamar Hill, was released from jail Monday after posting $75,000 bail following his arrest on Thursday in Studio City, California, where he was seen walking naked down Ventura Avenue, apparently at 4 o'clock in the morning, leading to a confrontation where police used a taser to subdue him. As reported by TMZ, he was charged with four felony counts, including 3 counts of battery with injury on a police officer and 1 count of resisting an executive officer with criminal complaint stating he did unlawfully use force and violence and inflicted injury on 3 officers he reasonably should have known were peace officers performing their duties. LA County District Attorney Nathan Hochman, no relation to October Girl, stated attacking police officers is more than just a crime against those individuals, but a direct threat to public safety, emphasizing that anyone who assaults law enforcement will face serious consequences. The 26-year-old rapper, known for his 2018 Old Town Road, pleaded not guilty during his arraignment Monday. Vinny, tell us. You want to first show this clip?
Well, yeah,
this is it.
Imagine, you know where this is. This is Ventura Boulevard.
Exactly
you know exactly where this is. Which, by the way, and they claim that he OD'd on drugs. Show this.
Don't be late to the party tonight.
Where at?
You know where it's at. No,
In
go
my
ahead,
pants.
babe. No.
This is what I do.
No. Go ahead, babe. No. Didn't I tell you to put the phone down?
Like, oh my goodness.
Uh-oh, somebody's gonna have to pay for that.
You know exactly where this is.
This is Ventura.
4 o'clock
in the morning.
And that's hell.
Fast forward, Rob. Okay, fast forward.
You know that's California Pizza Kitchen.
Wow.
It's right there.
That's a man right
But
there.
then fast forward, right?
Boom.
So
There he
Boom.
goes.
Everything looks normal to me,
Boom.
except he's not in a
Nothing,
crosswalk.
nothing crazy. He's actually having
Nothing
So,
unusual.
do we see cops actually getting him?
It's still crazy, even after all this time. It is still crazy. Miss Bender, see. Yeah, but it's. They also go into. Are you leaving, Bob?
No. Somebody asked if can Bob see the chat. Yeah, I can see the chat. Yep.
Oh, he's eating a sandwich.
Sandwich. You know it. Here it is. Sandwich time.
Yes, there you go, D. Look at her making it make sense. He didn't take the deal. I agree.
Yeah, I do too.
And don't take.
Jim Brewer is one of the few. How many can you name really that didn't take the deal? You know,
I mean,
Very
people
few.
say maybe Chappelle, right? And I hope that's
Right.
not true. I
Well,
hope that's not true.
It seems like he didn't. Maybe eventually he did. I don't know, but it seems like he did not.
Also, the theory about the clone for me, I feel like I know I've said this so many times. I'm honestly repeating myself, but if they could have done that with Dave, as good of a comedian as he is, why don't they do that with all of them? And why aren't there so many more people as funny as Dave? Because I just don't believe that. I think he's got a certain cadence and he's so funny and he's like my favorite comedian. So when he came back out, I thought he still sounded the same. And I just don't believe you can clone someone's like consciousness, like their thought process and their how they make jokes. You know what I mean? Maybe their body and their clothes, maybe their cadence, maybe the tone of their, certain things, but not their mind, right? They couldn't steal his thought process.
know.
How he makes the jokes.
Depends if they figured out how to download brains and consciousness. They're telling us they can do that now, which means they could have done it 30 years ago.
Right. So this also talks about, I believe at some point they talk about the shoes. We tried to talk about Virginia with the drop of blood, and they even go into the Bob Dylan thing that we talk about too. But it is kind of repetitive, but I believe all of it. And I like listening. It's funny because sometimes it's almost like watching another version of us. Like, like they're just having the same damn conversations we are, sitting up here in this, they're a little bit more professional probably. But that's overrated too, really. All right, let me find my way back and try to do this. Maybe. All right. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, Tubla. Rob Schneider does seem pretty clean also.
Yeah.
What is this him?
Yeah, this is, and like Pat, just look at the spiritual, like look where he's at. So after jail.
Your girl is gonna be okay, you all.
Your girl, okay?
Oh, Jesus.
Watch. Look where he's at.
Okay. She's gonna be all right. She's gonna be all right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Shit.
Look at him, Tom. He's lost.
That was fucking terrifying.
Look, Tom.
That was terrifying.
Yeah, look at his eyes, bro.
That was a terrifying last 4 days. But your girl is gonna be all right.
Something tells me that when he went to jail, he dropped the soap on purpose.
Well,
multiple times.
Guys, and listen, I don't judge. I'm just my opinion, Tom. I know we were talking about the spirituality,
I'm not
which I
wrong.
want you to piggyback on, but that's not
Yeah,
drugs.
piggyback. Was that
Tom?
a
Adam, can I please finish the damn
I'm just
story?
really excited about this girl.
This isn't drugs. This is, by the way, I've been on drugs before. Nothing made me want to get in my underwear and white boots and go on the trip.
Yeah, but you're not flaming
That's not drugs. That's something deeper. And a lot of people say when you get to the industry, you sell your soul. Adam, I don't want to say the name. We talked to a guy that said to us, Pat, by the way, this guy wasn't a Christian. He was at a house party, very talented guy, and he saw things, and he admitted to me, he looked like he saw a ghost, and he goes, this made me become a Christian. And remember, guys, let's do a little backstory. This is the same guy that teamed up with CHF. Remember they made the Satan shoes? They were altered Nike Air Max 97s. They had a bronze pentagram, inverted cross. Do you remember these?
Yeah.
Red accents, and guess what? They only made 666 pairs, 666 pairs.
But remember, this was a fact check. This
They got sued. Nike had nothing to do with this.
Oh, yeah,
Nike had nothing to do with this. They sued. They took it down, and they forced. And by the way, they had a drop of human blood in it. Okay, and at the same time, he released that music video, Montero, which he pole danced from hell, gave the devil a lap dance, snapped his neck, and then took his throne. And I know I mentioned this earlier in the week when we're talking about the fight, the battle. It's about It's not flesh and blood. This is Ephesians, Pat. But Galatians 6:7 says, do not be deceived. God is not to be mocked. For whatever one sows, one will reap. Okay, and this is what the industry does. They sold us on this. And Luke, what's that? Luke 10:18. Tom, could you read it? What does it say?
Luke 10:18.
I love it.
I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven as he was banished.
And guys,
I love that guy, dude. He is a trip. His Bible quoting right there just makes me love him more. He's already fun, you know. He's already cool, but yeah, then he starts quoting scripture like that, and I like him better.
I'd be curious if anyone ever tested that blood. I'm thinking it probably wasn't actual human blood.
Really?
I think there would be issues because unless it's like fully tested and comes with a certificate of, you know, spreading some effed up disease or some kind of no, I think it was a kitsch. It's still gross. I mean, it could have been pig blood, you know, whatever, but I'm not convinced it was human. But the symbolism is the point. And isn't that, you know, part of the plan? The symbolism will be their downfall, and it sure will. You know, it sure will.
Right. Yeah. I'm kind of on the fence about playing the Bob Dylan Deal with the Devil thing, because I feel like most people have seen it, but also, I don't know, maybe somebody hasn't. I've seen it a million times, you know, where he is in the interview and they ask him and he's like, basically, yeah, I feel like we can just sum it up without watching the clip because.
Oh, girl, how long is it? Shit. I haven't seen it for a long time.
3 minutes, 2 minutes. All right, why not?
2 minutes.
All right.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
I mean, I guess I do watch this stuff more, and they do put it. It's the favorite thing to throw in a compilation when you're trying to explain things like, you know, taking the deal and such. But it is, if you've never seen it, yeah, it's kind of the first time you're like, holy shit.
A lot of people go, oh, you're just connecting dots. No, all these guys, all these industry people, they do this stuff. Remember Ice Spice was
That's not a Bible verse. That's a proof of existence.
Yes, of Satan.
That's
correct?
what they're doing.
And then remember Ice Spice, she's in the booth with Taylor Swift. When the camera hits her and she knows, she does the devil horns and she picks up an upside down cross. And everybody's like, yo, you're crazy. They're just messing with you. And no, and this is them giving like credence and like respect to their God. And Rob, Bob Dylan, I know we showed this once, if you don't mind, Pat. Bob Dylan was asked by who? Ed Bradley?
Ed Bradley. It's just 60 Minutes, way back when, 60 Minutes.
Yeah, he's asking him, like, how do you keep going? You give credit to your industry. And look who he says he made a deal with. Go ahead.
This is the prayer that Satan hates the most.
Gosh.
Very few people know about it.
Wow.
But there's a
That's
I'm kind of like, wait, I want
your
to.
life will completely change. And I come to you in the name of Jesus to freely give you this unique prayer, preserved for centuries, and now finally reaching you. All it takes.
Man.
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes.
All I'm gonna say is my algorithm freaking knows me. I was ready to watch that whole ad.
Sure does. Sure does.
So ready to watch that.
Oh, it was planted. That timing. Think about that timing. We're talking about some dark shit, and you get an ad that says that. I mean,
I could hardly skip it, but I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. Yeah, I'm telling you, it is some weird stuff. And then, okay, anyways, but I've seen, this is what we were just talking about. I am glad I played it because he named a couple more references that I don't even know. I don't know if anybody else caught any of those, but I don't even know Ice Spice. I'm kind of out of the, you know, I don't pay a lot of attention to the newest entertainers anymore, but.
Back to the destiny thing. I mean, I made a bargain with it, you know, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my hand.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And this earth, and then in the world we can't see.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, it's not like they're hiding it. It's in your face.
I don't want to interrupt, but I assume that's the devil, but it could be God.
I don't know about that. Talking like that, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. My thing is this, Adam. I think these people like Lil Nas X, who go to the story, there's something
that guy made a deal
when you
with the
go
devil,
into this industry, you're lost. Your spirituality. Tom, I know you want to say something about how people are turning in England from 18 to 24 to God, which I love, but there's still a freaking battle here. We're winning, but it's still ugly.
I'm going to go on and talk about spiritual warfare. We can totally watch that, but I figured y'all might want to, you know, comment on that or something. I do believe that 100%. Dang, you missed what, Miss Mendersu? the deal with the, oh man. Right, I agree. I don't think it was God. I think that guy was just kind of putting up a different perspective. They go on to talk, I can't remember, honestly. They went on to talk about spiritual warfare a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and play that since we're kind of chilling anyways.
I don't normally mention specific books, but I'm going to mention one here, and it's Spiritual Warfare by Dr. Carl Payne. It's a very, very balanced book. Read chapter 2 with an open mind and just tell me what you think is happening here and what's happening with people. This is not, I think that pastors that are out there that are doing, these fake exorcisms and these stage shows, I think that's a sham. But I think that people that fail to understand that our prayer life needs to include protection from the dark forces, that's a shame. If you don't see that and you look at the amount, people say, look how much Jesus talked about money. Well, you need to also look at how much he talked about spirit forces and saying these only go through prayer and fasting. There was the, in Acts, talks about the 7 sons of Sceva. They would, and this priest, self-appointed priest named Sceva, will go around collecting money from people to say, I'll make the demons go away. I'll make the demons go away. I'll do all this. And they say this man that was overwrought, turned to him and looked at him, and he said, in the name of Jesus that Paul preaches, get out of him. And so in other words, he didn't have the belief. He's referencing Apostle Paul. And it says, the man looked at him and it says, Paul I have heard of, and Jesus I know. Who are you?
Oh, wow.
And basically he was saying you're unarmed.
Yes.
You are not covered by the Holy Spirit, you're unarmed. And it says he gave him and his 7 sons a massive beating, and they fled the house naked and bleeding. Yeah. And so, you see all that. And so Spiritual Warfare by Dr. Carl Payne, take a look at that. It's not about sensationalizing the devil. It's understanding that there are dark forces on this, which is why we need Christ.
Well, this is a ChatGPT thing, but
We can go back to the GPT thing. It's the last part of this whole thing, and that was a much longer interview. That was shorter. But yeah, that was pretty, to be honest, that was kind of scary. Paul, I know. Jesus, I know. But who are you? And it makes me want to read that book. Carl Payne.
Well, I agree with
sorry.
D. My God doesn't do deals like that. And the way that Bob Dylan was saying it, and the way he was,
it was the devil for sure. The God of
it was not God.
Yeah, I
don't
agree.
think so either. Yeah, and I'm really serious about that book. I'm thinking about getting it, y'all, because I believe in that. But I am. It's like it's hard to explain the way I have a lot of different conflicting thoughts, because I do believe in vibrating on different levels, but I think they're the same thing. It's like if you say you're in a high vibration, you could also say that, how would you say that? Yeah, like in a biblical way, would you, instead of saying high vibration, you would say, I feel anointed, maybe, or you would say that I feel like I feel the Holy Spirit, they're like the same thing. And then, I don't know, there's like these strange parallels, but I do believe in God. But I also believe there's something to do with the vibrations. Like, okay, like meditation and prayer are basically the same thing. But I think prayer is more powerful for the fact that you're praying to someone. And like meditation is more like but prayer actually means to meditate biblically. So it's like I said, there's a lot of parallels.
And you can be meditating to someone. They're really synonymous. What's the book that you were saying? I'm going to see if it's on
something like, I think it's by Carl Payne. I think he was saying it's called Spiritual Warfare. Do you ever watch that chick, Melissa Daughtry, who wrote a book called Happy Lies? No, but I would probably, I'm going to write it down because I will totally forget it.
I might be able to find it for free on archive.org. I'm looking.
I got to look into that. I know you guys were talking about the other day. I have not looked into that. I also, though, you can get stuff pretty cheap. Like I was talking about Kathy O'Brien. I got her book it was something ridiculous. And the girl that died too, Kirsty someone, I can't think of her name, but both of their books were very cheap, like under $5 on digital copies for your, anyways, I don't know. I'll look into that too. I just don't know how to do it yet. Happy Lies.
Say, Bonnie, didn't you say it's a full moon tonight?
Sunday.
Sunday? Oh, I just
Yeah.
I sent Mrs. a couple of I love you text messages, just checking in, and she's just now got back to me. Crazy here, lots of patients screaming, and my response was full moon, and wife said not sure. So, yeah, there's some weird vibes going around, guys. You know, keep your faith strong. You know?
I'm wondering what the immediate ramifications of this, what happened today, like what are people going to go out there and do something? Is it going to cause like a chain? It's obviously there's going to be a chain of events, but what are they going to be? I'm a little worried that
well, look back historically, Cola. Tomorrow, what is tomorrow? 9/11.
Yeah.
I mean,
One
look
day
at it like
apart,
that.
crazy.
This is a wacko season right here. This right now, and also around Christmas time is when all the wackos come out of the woodwork, man. Those poor nurses, they got to put up with that stuff, man. Ugh.
Anyway, that's the time to be extra alert, also, because even in the past, close to me, not real close, but there's a Walmart like 25 miles away, and people were being followed and having stuff removed from their vehicle.
Oh yeah. Well, I just know my alarm system picked it up. A couple people walking past my house. It's like 11 p.m. right now. So what the heck are they doing out there this hour? That's crazy, man. I
didn't see any new redacteds. Is it like the last one or something? I do watch redacted sometimes. I don't know which one you're talking about, but man, it's 111.
Yeah.
I was thinking like go ahead and drop the drop the backstage link and close it down and hang out for a bit in the back. Yes, I need to try that, Virginia. I'm going to. I just don't want to do it while I'll end up leaving.
No, it's all good. You can bookmark it later because you'll still have your resource here.
Right. Well, yeah, I don't really want to, but I might as well because anybody that wants to come back is free to come back and hang out for a bit. I just no, it's 2:11. Just for yeah.
If anyone in the chat wants to come up and you can't figure it out, keep typing because we can still see, like even after the live is ended, we can still see if someone asks a question or even if
there's two chats.
Yeah,
if they get to the back, there's kind of a way to you private chat at that point, right? And it doesn't go on the public video. And you can see the difference, I think. I don't know. It's been a long time since it was the first time, but it's definitely a lot of fun. And I don't know what I'm looking for. I swear I was looking for something. Oh, okay. Are you guys have you said your good nights? Anybody have anything to say before we close it down? I don't want to cut anybody off that wanted something to say.
Good nights.
Bonnie, are you around or are you on Be Right Back?
Yeah. Sorry. I was typing in chat. I've seen a lot of people worrying about tomorrow. That's thinking present. That will give you anxiety. Thinking future. Don't worry. I don't think it's going to be as crazy as people think. If there's a candlelight vigil, I'm going to it.
Just be careful out there because I just don't trust any of it. Honestly, I really don't trust any of it. As much as I'd like to, I'm not quite on the he's still alive tip like a couple people in chat were. I'd be honestly thrilled, but I'd be shocked. So, but I feel like it's just be careful. Don't like set yourself into a trap. Remember how that's what I'm worried about. I mean,
But
you
don't
too. If you
stop
go out to a
living.
camp, like I know, but I'm saying just see if you get a couple people to go with you and just be vigilant, you know, because I feel like it's shaky ground right now. I don't know what anybody's up to. My guard is completely up on this, and it is terrible. It's awful. I can't believe I did not know, like Yorga said, I did not know he was only 31. But, you know, it's awful.
Yeah. He was very young. 31 is way too young.
Yeah.
It is.
31 years young. So, okay, no one has posted the link. Drummond's son, I feel like, is one of the people that tries but has issues with I'm not great at explaining the connection. I wish I were, but I'm going to make sure the link gets in the chat before I close it.
He was doing what he loved.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Let's
Speaking to those kids, I feel bad for the kids. They were, you know, I saw a lot of interviews with the kids.
There we go. I think my managing mod fell asleep again. Sorry, Bonnie. I had to post the link myself. I think my managing mod is catching Z's, but he's been working, doing other jobs. Like, you know, he's been busy. So if he's napping, it's all right. But go ahead, Bonnie. I'm so sorry.
I was just saying that I saw a video of one of the kids that had just asked his question and had it answered. And another one walked up and asked his question. And that's when it happened.
Oh, man. So he was actively taking questions at the moment. I watched a couple of clips, but I didn't want to oversaturate my mind with it. So because it's bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait to bring
very,
it up.
very graphic. So that's messed up.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. There's really not any other words for it, but I am going to say good night to YouTube. You guys, I don't want to cut you guys off. Bob, do you have anything you wanted to say before we close it down? Maybe he's on Be Right Back. Well, good night, YouTube.
Yeah, all have a good night. Rest well.